Step forward, please.
30-year-old rancher Steve Simon claims his ex-girlfriend, 32-year-old nurse Michelle Ayala, didn't repay a loan. She used her truck as security. He took the truck.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom. Your Honor, it's case number 398 on the calendar in the matter of Simon versus Ayala. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Young lady.
You two folks, according to these papers, were in a brief relationship. You each tell lengthy stories about the abuses, deceit of the other. But bottom line, this lawsuit is about a loan that you allege that you made to the defendant.
Yes.
And you made that loan to her after you had already broken up, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell me about that loan.
Well, she gave me a phone call one morning and she told me she wanted to move out from the place where her and her children was residing, and she needed $950 for the first month's rent and for the deposit, and so I was kind of reluctant to even loan her the money. And then I just asked her if I could have the pink slip to her vehicle for a security.
You said this to her over the phone?
Yes,
Okay.
and also in person.
But first you told her over the phone?
Yes.
And what she asked you for was $950.
Yeah,
Is that what you lent her?
that's what I lent her.
And tell me how that came about.
Well, she came over about 2 or 3 days later. She got on the computer and she typed it up herself.
Typed what up?
I have a copy of the agreement that we made.
Let me see it.
Bailiff. And that would be Exhibit B. That was the agreement that we made that she typed up.
You remember signing that agreement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So did you give her the money
Yes, I did.
in a check form?
Yes, I did.
Can I see the canceled check, please? Don't show me a check receipt, sir. I want to see the canceled check.
Okay, well, I haven't got that from the bank. I just got the copy of the check, the duplicate.
The duplicate doesn't show me that the check was cashed, sir.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Simon?
Yes, I do.
Because her defense is an interesting one. And her defense is that you stopped payment on this check.
That's not true.
Well, it may not be true, Mr. Simon, but that's her defense, correct?
Yep.
So tell me when he stopped payment on this check.
He wrote the check on the 29th of May for the rent. I did indeed sign for the contract. He wanted more more than just the money. He wanted a relationship. I told him the relationship was no longer in existence. He canceled the check and left me and my kids with no home to live in.
He put a stop payment on the check.
He most certainly did.
How do you know that?
Because he asked for the check back from the landlord and ripped it up. And I got the money from someone else. And I have a notarized letter.
From whom?
From the person I got the money from.
Where is that person?
She's an 87-year-old lady.
So?
And here's the receipt that I got from the landlord when I rented the place.
Well, I'll see the rent receipt, but not a notarized statement.
Okay?
So just give me the receipt.
Your Honor, that's not true.
It was very easy, Mr. Simon, for you to prove that to me. It would have been very easy for you to prove that to me by bringing me your canceled check. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Now, you have the pink slip, so you took possession of the truck at some point.
30 days after the contract wasn't followed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it states in here, the contract, she was supposed to pay me in payments of $200 a month for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first 30 days, I tried to contact Michelle, but she was impossible to get a hold of. And Your
Just
Honor,
for my information, Miss Ayala, give me the name of the person that you say loaned you or gave you the $950.
Nadine Gabriel.
And who is that?
That is a lady that I take care of twice a week for over a year now.
You take care of because she's at home?
Yes. It's like an in-home service.
Who's taking care of her today?
I don't do it all the time. It's just twice a week. I take her to her meals, and take her to run her errands for her. She stays at home by herself.
Tell me when you asked her for this money.
When he canceled the check, I had nowhere to go. Nowhere. I had my kids. We had already started moving our stuff in. I didn't know he was going to cancel the check. Everything looked fine to me. I had signed the agreement, everything like that. He canceled the check. I went to her home after that, and I was profusely upset, not knowing what I was going to do with my 4 children. It was either live there or be in a shelter. So I was talking to her about it. She said, here, I've
Your
got
Honor,
the
that's not
cash.
true.
I've got the cash. Here it is. She doesn't believe in banks, and she gave me the cash to pay, and that's what I paid for.
Fine, give me her phone number.
Her number's...
So, according to what you said to me, she's pretty alert lady. There's nothing wrong with her mind, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
What do you mean most of the time?
Well, yeah, she's pretty spry.
Good. Let's give her a buzz.
Okay.
Why don't you all have a seat?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I need not get into anything else here because you're a liar. Period. End of discussion.
And later today,
I didn't feel like we were going overboard, but a
You
little
never
bit
do
later
when you're
on,
doing
yeah,
shooters of tequila in
Yeah.
here.
Hey,
After the first 2 shooters, you don't know whether you're coming
never
or going.
know.
Yeah.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Steve Simon claims his ex-girlfriend, Michelle Ayala, didn't repay a loan. Michelle says Steve put a stop payment on the loan check.
Order. Step up, please.
Now, Miss Ayala, let's try this again. This 87-year-old lady doesn't answer her phone, so I want you to write out her address. I'm going to get information on the phone to see if this is the right telephone number, because
That's
I
fine.
can't imagine where she might be at this hour.
Well, if you need to let it ring and ring and ring.
I let it ring and ring
Okay.
and ring.
You need her address?
Yes, would you write it out for Officer Byrd, please?
Right there.
Okay. Why don't you all have a seat here? Nadine Gabriel, Gabriel. Yes. Am I reaching Miss Gabriel? Miss Gabriel, my name is Judge Judy Scheindlin. Judge Judy Scheindlin. And I'm calling because I have a case before me. You know somebody by the name of Mrs. Ayala, who sometimes comes in to take care of you? Okay. Well, I have only one question for you then. Did there come a time recently in the last year that you gave her $950 in cash? Did you give it to her? Did you ever give her, because we're in the middle of having a lawsuit decided now. No, all I'm asking you is, did you ever give her a lot of cash money recently, you know, in the last year? And the amount was that she said was $950. Did you ever give her that kind of money? Please do. Thank you very, very much, Miss Gabriel. You're a very honest lady. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Order.
Miss Ayala, let me tell you what you did first. First, you gave me the wrong phone number. But I'm smarter than you are. On my worst day, I'm smarter than you are on your best day. The second thing you did was that you lied to me. Because Miss Gabriel never gave you the money.
She did.
No, she didn't. She said to me, she said, she asked me for it. And she wanted me to lie for her and say that I did give her the money. She said, but I got too many cats to take care of. And I'm 87 years old, and I wasn't going to give her that money. So I need not get into anything else here, because you're a liar. Period. End of discussion. Now, who's got the truck?
Me.
So I'm going to deal with your counterclaim right now. You're counterclaiming for $5,000 or something because you say he damaged the truck.
Yes, he did.
Right? It's his truck. So if he wants to damage it, if he wants to throw it off a cliff, if he wants to run it into a wall, that's what he can do. And he wants his truck back.
Yes, I do.
You got it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Within 5 days, that truck is to be returned to him. I will prepare the order. 5 days, you get your truck back, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Come on.
Out the back door to your right, please.
Liar.
It doesn't matter.
Liar.
It doesn't matter. I have
I know
the
it
proof
doesn't
right
matter because
here.
you're a liar.
You're so
You're so
immature.
funny. Look who's immature.
You're immature.
If you were...
You're
if you-
fighting with a 12-year-old, Steve. That's
No.
immature, okay?
And now the next case.
Parties on Stitsworth versus Collins. Step forward.
47-year-old contractor Kenneth Stitsworth says that his old friend Mark Collins slugged him. Kenneth is suing Mark for medical bills.
How come you both look so nice and normal now? Hard to believe that you could go out and both get blitzed on an evening, which is what happened here, right? Went from one place to another, had a little drinking, old friends, been friends for a long time, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then, according to you, sir, he assaulted you. And you had medical bills.
That's
How long
correct.
have you known him?
Mark and I have been friends for roughly about 21 years, since about 1967, 68.
Yeah.
Good friends.
So what happened this night?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say, Judge, that there are 3 reasons why I'm here. The first one is obvious, that I'm here to retrieve the costs for the emergency room, number 1. Number 2, in completing this, I look forward to phone calls being stopped at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning discussing this issue. And number 3, I also want to make certain that there won't be any more phone calls to my partners in Northern California at my corporation up there, where Mark is called up drinking and asking for a position with the company. So I want to make certain that those 3 items are taken care of.
All right. So let me dispel any misconception for you, sir. I cannot give you a restraining order with regard to items 2 and 3.
Understood. And pardon me. I'm in hopes that after today that won't be necessary. I just want to bring that up as an issue today so that we can get that at least recognized. So that's my intent.
Recognizing it is, sir, it's like window shopping. I don't like to window shop because if I can't go in and buy something, I don't like to look at it.
Very well.
Similarly, sir, if I can't do anything about it, I'm not going to beat my gums when he's going to say, she doesn't have the power to restrain me from calling his corporate office.
I understand that. That's
All
not
right.
an issue to me.
So,
here
Mr.
today.
Collins, if you've been calling his corporate office, just some good advice from somebody who's been around the block a little bit. The wise decision would be to cease and desist. Enough said?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
As soon as I say that, he wheeled around, sucker punched me, I say, and I could feel a lot of wetness on my face, and I looked and there was blood everywhere, and I just said, Mark, what have you done? Man,
Okay.
What have you done?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 47-year-old contractor Kenneth Stitsworth says that his old friend Mark Collins slugged him. Kenneth is suing Mark for medical bills.
Tell me about this evening, Mr. Stitsworth. Come on, let's
Okay,
go.
the evening started out, Mark had called my home about 2 or 3 days prior to this evening and had asked to come up. I'm in the process of starting some new projects and didn't really have the time to go out and party, although it was the weekend when he was calling.
Okay, let me tell you this. According to these papers, because we were moving along, you
All right.
thought you were going to discuss business.
I can cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. That's
All right.
what we want to
The
get.
situation is Mark did show up to my home, and we both decided to go out and meet 2 lady friends of mine at a restaurant that's there in the area where I live. We did do that. We went in, we had some tacos, we had a few drinks. Mark and I were drinking shooters of tequila and beer. I didn't feel like we were going overboard, but a
You
little
never
bit
do
later
when you're
on,
doing
well,
shooters of tequila and
Yeah.
beer.
Hey,
After the first
you know.
2 shooters, you don't know whether you're coming
never
or going.
know.
Yeah, you never. One never
But
knows.
anyway, we got ready to leave. I decided it was about time to leave. We were going to go to another place to shoot pool, which we like to do. We walked outside. The 2 gals that I was with Mark, they both had their cars. I was going to go with one of them. They suggested I go with Mark because he had been drinking. And I said, okay, I'll go with Mark. With that, his car was parked on a real steep incline down in the neighborhood there. It was a dark street. I was following behind him, talking, going along, and he got just about 3 feet from the truck. And I said, Mark, you probably better let me drive. Why don't you let me drive? And with that, no sooner did I say that, he wheeled around, sucker punched me, I say, and I fell backwards, gravity pull, hit the top of my head. I didn't go out, but I got up right away, and I could feel a lot of wetness on my face, and I looked and there was blood everywhere, and I just said, Mark, what have you done, man?
Okay.
What have you done?
You ended up in the emergency room that night, and what was your emergency room bill?
The emergency room bill was 700 and some change, about 720 something, 727. I reluctantly went to the emergency room because I don't like hospitals, but nevertheless,
You have
these
a
people
bill?
advised me to do it.
You have a
Yes,
bill?
ma'am, I do.
Okay, I'd like to have it. All right, Mr. Collins, you're out in the parking lot.
We're in the alley proceeding towards my car.
Let's start at that point.
Okay, I'd come up to see Ken to do business the other way around instead of what he said. Okay.
You're in the alley.
I'm in the alley. He starts this rhetoric about, no, I can't help you out now. I just spent $100 on the tab, and now he wants to go to the next bar. And I'm thinking, I don't have any more money. I was the one paying all the tab. I'm up here trying to do business with this guy. And I've known him for years and what a con artist he is. And I'm fed up.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
That's not good judgment. You're trying to do business with this guy who's a con
Well,
artist.
this was like a last test, you know.
All right, so you were testing.
So I get fed up. I'm walking away. He's behind me, comes up, and he starts saying, I'm going to kick your butt. And, and he pulls my arm back. And I go like that, and then I walk a few more steps, and he comes up and says, change the subject. And he goes, you better let me drive. And he grabs for my keys.
No. What's this? He grabbed your keys.
Well,
he said, you better let me
he grabbed
drive.
out my hand again.
What?
And he said he was going to kick my, you know what, butt. And I went, I don't think so. And I just went like that.
And you bet you punched him.
And I punched him before he was
And
going to
you-
punch me.
And you punched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. $727.60. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Judge.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Back, go to your right.
And on the
This is Beaver. Step forward, please.
29-year-old executive secretary Michelle Ingebretson is suing waiter Steve Beaver, 39, for 3 unpaid loans. Steve says Michelle and her husband always gave him gifts for giving good service.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 414 on the calendar in the matter of Ingebretson versus Beaver. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, ma'am.
Mrs. Ingebretson, according to your complaint, you and your husband met the defendant when he was a waiter in a restaurant that you frequented. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And over a period of time, you and your husband made loans to him in what amount?
Amount of $800, Your Honor.
Is that what you're suing for?
I'm suing for $1,500, Your Honor.
Well, that's the first thing I didn't understand. If you loaned him $800, why are you suing him for $1,500?
Punitive damages
What's punitive damages?
for all the stress that he has caused my husband.
Everybody's
and I.
got stress. I have stress. Bird has stress. Everybody has stress. So you loaned him $800. Let's stick to the $800. Why did you make loans to him in the amount of $800?
We trusted him as a friend.
Well, how did you become friends? He was serving you pasta. How did you become friends?
We met him through a restaurant in Santa Ana, and we kept going back because we liked the service that he gave us, and we felt, we could trust him, and we wanted to be friends.
So tell me, you made a series, according to you, of 3 loans to him.
Correct.
Tell me about the loans.
On the first loan, he had called my husband and asked if he can borrow some money, and my husband called me, and we discussed it, and I said, yes, go ahead. And so then I gave my husband my credit card number, and we, wired through a Western Union some money to Mr. Beaver.
So how much did you wire him this time?
$200 plus then the $40 for the wire fee.
Oh, okay. And tell me about the second loan.
Second loan was for $300. He approached us again saying that his car was going to be repossessed because he didn't have the car payment. And so we basically gave him my money and, loaned it to him.
So that's $300. The most interesting one, according to your complaint, is this final loan that you made to him. Tell me about that.
He called us and said, he was being threatened by a loan shark, and his family was being threatened by a loan shark because he had not paid this loan shark back. So we drove all the way down to Newport Beach at a Del Taco, and Mr. Beaver met us there.
Well, how much was this loan? To the alleged loan sharks.
$300.
And those are the 3 loans.
That's correct.
Did you ask him back for the money?
We have letters stating we've asked him back, and he said he would pay us when he gets paid, and he has still not paid us back.
Do you have any letter from him acknowledging the loans?
No. We just felt we could trust. We did.
Well, let me see your letters.
The last page is the last demand letter we wrote to him and delivered it, hand-delivered to Stater Brothers.
Okay, Mr. Beaver, let's hear your side of the story.
Your Honor, this fabrication is a wonderful story. It's not exactly at all the way things took place. Joe and Michelle came in as customers. They were turned over to me by another waitress because she didn't feel that she wanted to wait on them. I set about giving them the best service I could, and of course they enjoyed the service and came back repeatedly. During the course of the year and a half that I waited on them, they began to tip me quite graciously. They exorbitant amounts. Often he would not only tip me on the credit card, he would palm me a check or some money on the side saying, this isn't just for, this is just for you. This isn't for your waiter or for your busboy. This amount is just for you. I would arrive at work, gift baskets of balloons and candy and cakes and cookies would arrive. Some of the things I have here, an electronic organizer, a Swatch Olympic collector's watch. When they went to Vegas, they brought me back gifts. I was always very appreciative of all these gifts, but that's exactly what they were, gifts to me. They were for my service to them. Can I show you this here, Your Honor?
I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is first before you...
An umbrella.
An umbrella. I know what an umbrella looks like.
Okay. This arrived in the mail one day. It's just even at my house, gifts would arrive and things
We're
like
not
that.
talking about a Swatch watch, and we're not talking about a pocket organizer. She's not suing for that. And we're
Right,
not
exactly.
talking about an umbrella. We're talking about 3 separate cash loans, cash amounts of money that were transferred to you, the last one of which was for $300 when they said they met you at a Taco Bell.
Our fabrications. The only time I ever asked to borrow some money from them, I expressed that I did have some car repair to do. I did mention this to them. They both offered to loan it to me, as they had repeatedly said, if you ever need any help with rides or anything like that. In showing friendship, they did say, feel free to ask us. I denied it at the time. I said, no, don't worry about it. The next day I did call Mr. Engelbretson up. I said, sir, you know, can I go ahead and borrow $200 from you? And he said, so certainly. I called him back to verify the receiving of the money. That is true. And at that time he told me that is a gift from Michelle and I. I said, no, I feel that's too much to ask. I want to go ahead and pay you back on this my next payday. No, that's a gift from Michelle and I. Don't you worry about it. That's his exact words. One evening they called me up. They said, why don't we take you out for a beer and a game of pool? I expressed that I didn't feel I wanted to go out without my girlfriend, Sam. They went ahead and said, well, go ahead and bring her along too. Right from the get-go, when she and Mrs. Engelbretson met, she began to give her just looks like you wouldn't believe. She didn't like her. She was rude to her throughout the evening. I left early. We both left early from the event, feeling very uncomfortable. Went home, I called them up, and I expressed to them that if they wanted to talk to me next time, I was on my way to some place. Why don't they meet me there? I went and I sat down, I talked with them. I expressed that our friendship had ended because of the way they had treated Sam.
Did that conversation ever take place?
That is incorrect, Your Honor. I didn't like the way she treated Mr. Beaver.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think that Mr. Engelbretson had a thing for you, too?
And later today,
You didn't feel comfortable, but you let her write it anyway.
Yes, because I told her if she wanted to write it, she had to write it at her own risk.
Did those words ever pass his lips?
No, ma'am.
Of course not.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Engelbretson says waiter Steve Beaver took advantage of her and her husband by not repaying loans. Steve says he was their favorite waiter and they always gave him gifts.
Did you meet with him at a restaurant in a public place where he said to you, I don't think we should be friends anymore?
No.
I don't think, because I don't like the way you treated Sam.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't sound logical to me. Why would you have to meet
We
somebody
met
to
because
tell
I
them
was
that?
on my way someplace, Your Honor, and I told them, and that was our meeting at the Del Taco that she refers to. I did not ask to borrow any money. That was our meeting there. At that time, also, they once again tried to get me to go to work for them, kept trying to get Sam out of the picture, and being naive.
Mr. Beaver,
Being naive.
common sense. Well, I'm not naive, sir. Common sense does not suggest to me that one person would have to meet to discuss the fact with really virtual strangers that they don't want to be their friend anymore. That could be either accomplished by not taking their telephone calls or with some conversation on the phone. Not a
Not really, Your
sit-down.
Honor. Not in this case. Not in this case. And we were by this time now. You have to remember, this is a year and a half of her coming in and me waiting on them. At this time, it
Just
had
a minute,
become a
yeah.
friendship. I think if you'll even question Sam as to there was something more wanted out of this relationship, like for the day that she appeared in the parking lot of where I worked and said, you know, I broke up with Joe now. Why don't you call me someday and we can do lunch? Or how she's now employed by the restaurant shop around the corner from where I work. All of a sudden, she works there right now because I'm working right here.
So
and
you think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Just a second. You think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think that Mr. Engelbretson had a thing for you, too?
Well, you know, Your Honor, there's a lot of kinky things that go on in this world. Now that looking back on it, I think there could have been something there.
You talk faster than the last guy I bought a used car from, Mr. Beaver.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You owe her $840. It's my determination that she's telling me the absolute truth, that she and her husband made these loans to you over a period of time, none of which you paid back. I think you're doing a lot of fast talking, Mr. Beaver. I don't know what you needed the money for.
They gave me a CD stereo player. They gave me clothing. They gave me CDs. They gave me gift certificates. Do I pay them back for all this, too? As a waiter, I accept gratuities.
They're not suing you for that, Mr. Beaver. They're not suing you for all the gifts they gave you. Let me tell you why you're whacked up. Because if what you're telling me, sir, is that you thought that there was something strange in all this,
Not to
when
the end,
somebody... Baloney!
Not to the
If
end,
you're
Your
a waiter and somebody is palming you checks, in addition to leaving you money, if I could see somebody saying, you gave me really extra special service, here's $5.
No, Your Honor.
Extra.
It wasn't like that at all. They gave me more than $5.
No, just a minute. How much more than $5, Mr. Beaver?
They've given me $100 checks as gratuities.
Okay. So if somebody is giving you $100 checks and you don't think that they have an ulterior motive involved, right? And then you take that money.
No, I don't. I didn't.
You just think that you are a terrific waiter.
That's right. Can I have my witness speak, Your Honor? Here's somebody who tried to tell me all the way along. Sam told me, she said, something's going on here more than meets the eye.
Mr. Beaver, I'm not interested in Sam. I'm interested in you, sir. I'm interested in you.
Right.
Because if your girlfriend is telling you there's something fishy going on here because they're giving you $100 checks in your hand for serving them a bowl of linguine, then what I'm telling you,
more
sir,
than a bowl of linguine.
whatever it was, and you said to yourself, listen, they're giving it to me.
No.
What am I supposed to do? I'm just going to give it back? I didn't hear, I never heard you say, sir, that you took the checks and returned them, or that you took the cash and returned it, right? You never did that.
I never took gratuities because gratuities are what I work for as a waiter. I don't work for free, and when someone hands me something, tells me thank you for the service tonight, we really enjoyed ourselves, you give us wonderful service, that's my job.
And here's an extra $100.
That's right.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $840. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They're sick. Both her and her husband are sick. You don't get $100 gift basket. She's lying through her teeth because this is the only way she can get close enough to him. They're sick. Both her and her husband are sick. You don't get $100 gift baskets. You don't get stereos. You don't get this and that. He said there was something wrong with me. He thought I was jealous. And I'm jealous of this? Look at her.
All of a sudden, a sandwich shop opens right next door, and she's got a job right there. You know, come on, put two and two together. What are we talking about here? I'm being pursued. The calls on the phone. I'm being harassed. I'm being stalked.
I am being Just because you look that way doesn't mean her sexual appetite isn't what it is.
I'm sorry. It's a free world to work anywhere you want.
And now the next case.
Parties on Mitchell versus Witt. Step forward, please.
22-year-old nursing assistant Tina Mitchell wants her ex-boyfriend, Coy Witt, 26, to pay her medical bills after she crashed on his motorcycle. Coy wants Tina to pay for the damages to the bike.
Miss Mitchell, how old are you?
22.
Do you work?
Yes.
What do you work for?
The Adrian Convalescent Center.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a CNA,
What is that?
certified nurse's assistant.
So you're a working 22-year-old adult.
Yes.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 27.
You work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I do heating and air conditioning.
You were dating or something, had some sort of relationship with him?
Yes.
He has a motorcycle.
Yes.
You got on his motorcycle,
Yes.
had an accident, right?
Yes.
Was seriously injured,
Yes.
had a lot of medical bills.
Yes.
You were riding this motorcycle by yourself?
Yes.
You want him to pay your medical bills.
Yes.
You, 27 years old, let her use your motorcycle.
Yes, I did.
She had an accident.
Yes, she did.
You want her to pay for the damage to your motorcycle.
Correct.
No, no, no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You knew I shouldn't have been on that bike. You knew it. And you let me get on it anyway.
You're a big girl. Like a kid in a candy store that wants it and wants it. You keep on telling them no. Finally,
Well-
here, go for it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tina Mitchell wants her ex-boyfriend, Coy Witt, to pay the medical expenses after she crashed his motorcycle. Coy wants her to pay for the motorcycle.
Why do you think he should pay your medical bills?
Because he didn't have insurance on his bike at the time that I had the wreck.
Let us assume we lived in a kinder, gentler time and there was no insurance. Let's talk a little bit here about personal responsibility. Did he force you to get on this motorcycle?
No, ma'am.
Tell me how it came about that you got on the motorcycle.
On our first date, he came to pick me up on his motorcycle, and I made it known to him that, I've always enjoyed bikes. And I told him that, someday I'd like to learn to ride. And he told me that he would be more than glad to help me. And he did a couple times, show me basically what to do. Never really took me out on it, just showed me what to do. On June 2nd, he let me take it out by myself.
What do you mean he let you?
Well, I asked him if I could take his bike, and he said yes.
You, 22 years, could take out his motorcycle by yourself.
Yes.
Continue. You could take out his motorcycle by yourself.
Yes.
Continue.
I was out for about 15-20 minutes, and I was heading back to his home. I was at a four-way stop sign, and somebody started to take off at the same time as I did. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, and I took off too quickly, hoping to get across the intersection before the other car did. And I don't know if I jumped the bike or what exactly happened. All I know is that the bike fell to the left, and I went to the right. I caught my leg on the kickstand peg underneath the neutral switch, and it shredded my leg open. And I was taken to the hospital from there, where he had told the doctors there and signed the insurance forms, signed everything, claiming responsibility.
Somebody had to claim responsibility, otherwise they wouldn't have taken care of you, right? Right?
Right.
I didn't sign anything, Your Honor.
Your signature is on file on the papers from the doctor.
Well, can I see that?
Right there, it tells that his signature is on file.
Can I see it, please?
I'd like to see them too, Your Honor, to see if that's my signature, if so.
Let me see. Let me just see. Could you? It says it's typed in, signature on file.
Right, that was from...
It's typed in. Hey, get out of here. Oh. Now, Mr. Witt,
Yes.
why don't you tell me why you think she should pay for the damage to the bicycle that you let her ride?
Well, I let her ride the bike, and basically I told her if she wanted to ride it, she had to ride it at her own risk.
No, just a minute. Are you trying to tell me, sir, that you said to this gal that you were dating, if you ride this bike, you are riding it at your own risk?
Yes, I did.
Look over here.
Yes, I did.
Not in this life.
So
Not in
that's-
this life. Now, you gave her a couple of lessons on this bike.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel perfectly comfortable with her riding it?
No, I still not felt...
Oh, good. You didn't feel comfortable.
But
Just a minute. You didn't feel comfortable with her riding the bike, but you let her ride it anyway.
Yes, because I told her if she wanted to ride it, she had to ride it at her own risk.
Did those words ever pass his lips?
No, ma'am.
Of course not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
All right, Miss Mitchell, you rode the bike. That's a very foolish thing to do unless you're really thoroughly acquainted with this big thing. I understand it's a big bike, according to both your papers, you know, with no metal around you. Whenever I drive, I like to drive in something with a lot of metal around me. The bigger, the better. So, you were foolish. Cost you $3,000. You, sir, your motorcycle was damaged in the amount, according to you, of $4,800?
Yes, ma'am.
Next time you don't let somebody ride your bike that you're not particularly comfortable with, your petition is dismissed, your counterclaim is dismissed. That's it, sir.
Well, she said she was going to pay for the damages.
Well, I want to
whenever
tell you something. Mr. Witt, if you are in possession of a vehicle like a motorcycle, which is really a dangerous instrument in the hands of somebody that doesn't know how to use it properly, and you allow them to use it, you assume the risk that if they hurt themselves or damage your bike, you may be responsible. In this case, I find that she was an adult and she assumed the risk of her own injuries.
It's fine.
Right? But you, sir, are assuming the $4,800 loss or damage to your bicycle because you both acted like idiots. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, is our excuse. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I have to deal with this for the rest of my life because...
Together. Step forward, please.
43-year-old Tom Janetz is suing Together Dating Service, represented by Marcia Engel. He claims none of the dates were satisfactory, and he wants a refund.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Judges, number 424.
Mood today?
No, Judge. Sometimes you just don't listen. This is number 424 on the calendar in the matter of Genetz versus Together. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Your last name isn't Together.
No, Marcia Engel.
Engel?
Engel.
And you have a dating service?
I work for a dating service.
You own it?
No, I don't.
Do you have the power to appear here on behalf of the owner?
Yes, I do.
You were interested in meeting some ladies.
Yes, Together contacted me by telephone and left me a message on my answer machine.
How did they contact you?
In the past, I had filled out a thing that they have if you're interested in possibly joining a dating service. It was like a few years earlier, and I never did join Together. But evidently they recalled after a couple years looking for new clients, I suppose.
Okay.
So they called, and they left me a message wondering if I'd be interested. And like I said, left a message on my answer machine. I called back, and I says, sure. I talked to some gentleman, which I don't know what his name was, and I set up an appointment. So I went down there probably within a few days or a week's time, and I met this woman named Gail. That's who they had me. She basically told me what the structure of Together was all about, how it worked. We sat down. I probably stayed there, I would imagine, if I remember, a couple hours. They really get personal into your business. They want to know who you are, what kind of money you make, do you really work. And also they have you fill out a form asking you what particulars are you looking for in a person, whether it be age, looks, background.
Do you have a copy of that form?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. That actual form I don't. I went up to the office and I asked if I could get that particular form that I filled out, and they told me I'd have to make an appointment for during the week.
Let me see a copy of the form you filled out, please. Anyway, how much did this cost you, sir?
$795.
That's what you paid them in total?
Yes.
Okay. It says he will date, age range, well, it says 30 to 40, and that's crossed out, but in parentheses it says 35. Height range, 5'3" to 6 feet? Is that
Yeah,
what you
I probably did. I don't remember that part.
Slender. You don't care whether they're single, divorced, or widowed, right?
Well, no.
Marital status. You don't care.
They can't be married.
Single, divorced, or widowed.
Yeah.
And with kids, maybe.
Right.
Prefer a non-smoker, social drinker, Caucasian, education is open, profession is open, Christian, Catholic. So far?
Right. It didn't matter really
Okay.
the religion so much as Christian.
And the rest of it, sort of the soft stuff. Honest, caring, hard worker, romantic, easygoing, down to earth, open-minded, sense of humor.
Right. They asked both of us.
I'd like all those things too.
Right. Don't we now?
What?
We do, but you know that's just the basics of trying to match. You're not going to get all that. I realize.
Yeah,
that.
I know. Okay. And then it tells you, what's your wish list?
Well, it's something I paid for, basically.
Right. All right. Now you're suing them for even more than the $795 because you said you had to take a lot of these ladies out on dates, I assume.
No, that's not true. I'm just suing for my court costs and me taking off work to file for court costs. I'm not asking for money back. And actually, I never really took the women out. We had like meetings. What it is you.
Okay. So the contract was $795. Now I'd like you to describe for me, sir. You did go out on some dates that they arranged for
Actually, they weren't really dates or meetings.
Meetings?
Yes.
All right.
It's a difference.
Meetings.
Okay.
Because you weren't going to spend anything unless you sort of like...
Well, that's how it works for both parties.
You go someplace,
right,
you meet,
exactly.
you look, you take a look, and then you leave.
Exactly. You feel each other out to understand what you're coming from, who you like.
Okay. And where do these meetings usually take place?
The first one, the first lady that I met her up in her hometown. I think it was up around Buffalo Grove, if I remember right.
Okay, and describe this lady to me.
I don't know what you mean by describe her.
Describe her physical appearance.
Physical features. She was heavier than I wanted in a woman, and she had dark hair, and she was what I would, in my personal preference, not what I would even consider average looking, because I asked for somebody in this, like I said, something I paid.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Exactly, and it's something.
How old?
I'm sorry.
How old? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Exactly, and it's something.
How old?
I'm sorry.
How old?
How old? If I remember right, she was, I think, 38 or 39.
So that's within the age range.
It was.
Okay, and she was available. She was either single, widowed, or divorced.
She was a nice person. We sat at a bar in this German tavern, and we had drinks, and we talked for a while, and it just, She just wasn't my type at all.
That's what happens.
Yeah. So
I assume that after that date, you called back and said she wasn't my type.
actually, they have a form that you fill out. It's until you can get another date, you have to fill out like a fact finder form.
Okay, so then you filled out a form. Do you have a copy of that form?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? This was after the first date.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this says she was friendly and down to earth. No attraction on my part. I like ladies a little slimmer. To me, she was what I consider average looking. I'm afraid to ask.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Well, here's the woman that you went out with who was 43. He told me he knew it would never work and got up and left. How embarrassing. He was the most impolite person I have ever met, and I feel very sorry for anyone who meets him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tom Jeanette says Marcia Engel and Together Dating Service did not fulfill his dating needs, and he wants a refund. Marcia says the contract clearly states there are no refunds.
So tell me about the second date.
Okay, the second date, they call me, and it's a woman, which I didn't want to really meet anybody in her 40s at the time. Like I said, I had a preference on there. And I don't remember the woman's name, but I told her, I says, listen, you guys are not giving me what I want. And she said, oh, no, you won't be sorry. Oh, you got to go out with her. You really like her. So I said, okay, give me her phone number.
She was in her 40s.
Yeah, I don't
How old
remember.
are you?
I'm 43. I just turned 43.
How old was she?
How old was she? I don't remember. She was in maybe 43 or 44 at the time. I really don't remember. But I know she was in her 40s.
Okay, so this lady that you went out with the second time was about your age,
Okay, yes.
right?
Right.
What was wrong with her?
What was wrong with her? She just was a total mismatch. Not at all anything that I was looking for. And I felt...
Tell me why.
Tell you why? Basically, she was, to me, very unattractive. And when I sat with her and talked with her, I didn't find we had that much in common at all.
Can I see? And you filled out a form after that?
Yes, there should have been a form.
Can I see the form? Well, this sort of says it all. Don't you have anybody in your files that takes care of their bodies by exercising? Do you exercise?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's your second date. And what happened the third date?
The third date, she sounded okay on the phone. I said, I'll give her a chance. They said she's really nice, so. Anyway, I meet her, and we're talking, and she just wasn't my type. She's a very nice person. But what shocked me is what she told me was...
What do you mean? Say, I'll get to that in a second. You say a very nice person. How old was she?
I'm going to say 39. I'm not sure.
Okay. Nice looking?
Like you said, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and it wasn't what I was looking for. Okay?
Overweight?
Somewhat.
How much is somewhat?
I didn't gauge her. She wasn't what I was asking for. I was asking, like you read earlier, somebody slim and build, and all three women were not. Unfortunately, it's my preference. And
what did she do for a living?
Well, she was a cocktail waitress, I think she said, and I forgot what else she said. But that was one of her jobs.
Uh-huh. And so you were going to tell me what she said to you at this meeting.
Okay, at the meeting we were talking, basically, and she told me that she didn't even belong to Together anymore, that her membership had run out, but that Together was lacking women to supply to gentlemen within the group. So they would contact her every once in a while and send her out on a date. And she said, hey, why not? It's not costing me nothing. Now, I was kind of floored when she told me that, but she said, I didn't mind.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like she was honest.
Yeah.
Right? That's the first thing that you put down here. Honest. So you had 3 dates. Did you have any more dates?
No, they started calling with women in the 40 range again, and I said, no. And then I just refused, And that's when we got into this matter here of filing for a small claims lawsuit.
Okay, go. I'm hearing your side.
Okay. As far as we're concerned, we have serviced him with women that were in accordance with what he was requesting, and the fact that he was not, there was no chemistry between them and that he wasn't physically attracted wasn't any part of our agreement.
Mm-hmm. This last person that you arranged for a meeting with, she had, at the time, an expired contract with you?
Okay, that I'm not aware of, and I couldn't answer that. We only have active members.
Well, she said she wasn't an active member.
Okay.
She told him that. Does your organization ever contact people that aren't active members?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
So this honest lady was lying. This honest lady was lying.
I don't know what he's representing that she said.
I believe him when he said that that's what she told him. You signed a contract, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And you seem as if you are an intelligent person.
Right.
Right? I was sort of surprised after having heard you when you said she made me feel comfortable enough to sign a contract without thoroughly looking it over.
Right. Basically,
It was all part of a con game.
Okay.
What kind of work do you do?
Okay, I'm a service advisor for an automobile dealership.
What does that mean, a service advisor?
I'm the first person you make contact with when you bring in a vehicle for repairs. I write down what your complaints are, and then I relay the information to the mechanics, and I deal with insurance companies, and I may have to call the customer back on cost.
So that you're a pretty educated person?
Right.
Well, then if you sign a contract, you're supposed to read it.
I understand that, but when I was talking with Gail, I even asked her, when we got to the final point where we're going to sign the contract, I asked her, I said, I guess I should read this? But she says just to save time, basically what it says in here is that you're not the basic axe murderer, and that we're not liable for anything you might do, and that you're a normal person kind of thing.
Let me ask you this question.
Yes,
Somebody
ma'am.
brings their car into your dealership, they sign a piece of paper, right?
Right.
It's a long agreement that they sign. They just
Yes,
come in,
ma'am.
they drop their car off on their way to work. You have the clipboard here. Listen, I've been there a lot. They have a clipboard here, and they say, you drop your car off, would you sign here, please? Right?
Yes.
They sign over there. How many people that sign over there, sir,
Right.
read what they're signing?
Right.
How many?
Probably not most of them.
Right. Now, if one of those people that came into your car repair service center said, I didn't read it. I was in a rush. I was going to work.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's not a con game, sir. It's business. You didn't get a guarantee, sir, that you were going to meet Cinderella.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tom Jeanetts wants Marcia Engel and Together Dating Service to refund his money. He says he didn't have one satisfying date.
And what I'm saying to you, sir, is I know you were disappointed, but you signed a contract, and your contract clearly says, can't read it without my glasses, it says the client agrees that upon receipt of the client's first referral shall not be entitled to any refund. That's what it says.
It does say that, but what was the con game all about with Gail telling me that, yes, don't worry about it, we have all kinds of nice women for you to meet and things, women that you're looking for.
It's not a con game, sir. It's business. They say they have a lot of nice women. You say 2 of the 3 women that you went out with were very nice people that you just had no chemistry with.
Well,
you sat and talked to them. They were nice. One of them was nice and honest. They didn't look like Quasimodo. They may have not been your exact type.
Right, but like I said, it's something I paid for, and they weren't
You
supplying.
weren't satisfied. You didn't get a guarantee, sir, that you were going to meet.
But they
that you
weren't-
were going to meet Cinderella.
It's not the Cinderella. It's not even a Cinderella factor. I have a form in there that says that they will try to get it better for you each time. We're gonna justify. We're gonna modify this for you, and it's not. There's no thought process to it.
I'm not sure there's no thought process. You have certain things that you want. That's what happens when you use a dating service.
Right.
You have comments on the women that he went out with?
I thought they were all very compatible. We matched by...
No. Comments from the women. Right? He filled out
yes, we
these
do.
forms.
We do.
He filled out these forms.
Yes,
So
we
I'd
do.
like to see the forms that they filled out. I assume that you charge the women the same thing?
There's different memberships, so the pricing is based on the type of membership that they buy.
What do you mean different memberships? You pay one price, you get ugly
For-
people, you get good,
based
one
on
price,
the
you get
number
better.
of referrals that you're purchasing.
Judge,
Well,
that's not...
just a second. That's a lot of double talk. Where does it say that here? In this contract? That you're contracting $795 for 9 referrals. You have other contracts say you're contracting for different amounts for different numbers of referrals? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
So that's what it is. Was that explained to you, sir?
It's not working out. The second date that I had, she got very upset. During the meeting, she brought up the subject of how much did you pay for the date? And we both signed up, I think it was the same weekend. And she paid a couple $100 more than me, and she had a fit because she called Marcia. And Marcia called me, and also on that date she called me up telling me that I have to give these women a chance and date them and get to know them.
Let me see their
That's my
comments.
money I have to spend on dates, not theirs.
You just told me you didn't spend any money on dates.
No, if I had to, they're telling me I should take them out.
Well, you didn't, sir. You didn't take
No, I
them out.
didn't, but I thought that was wrong. They should be telling me what I have to do. It's a service I paid for.
Have you always been single?
No,
How long were you married?
14 years.
Well, here's the woman that you went out with who was 43. Around your age. She said, when I met him at the restaurant, he did not even give me time to sit down. He told me he knew it would never work and got up and left. How embarrassing. He was the most impolite person I've ever met, and I feel very sorry for anyone who meets him. Did you just get up and leave?
No, I sat there with her for about 10 minutes or so talking, and I did tell her, I said, this is not going to work. I shook her hand, and I said, good luck to you. I hope you have good luck with the service.
Judge Judy can
I do not find that there was any fraud on the part of the defendants. Their contract clearly states that this is a non-refundable fee. You took advantage of their service on 3 occasions. It's certainly not what you had wanted, but the first one that you went out with, who you said was a nice person, who was in the age category that you had requested, you didn't find her particularly attractive, but that doesn't mean somebody else might not.
Exactly.
So they fulfilled their part of the contract according to this contract when they sent you out on 1 referral. They gave you another referral that you said was also not bad, probably in your age category, and you weren't crazy about her either. The only one that you got up and walked out on was this 43-year-old lady.
And I didn't just get up and walk out on her.
Okay.
We sat there for a while.
Sir, you're old enough so that when you sign a contract, you're supposed to read it and understand it. You're not supposed to let anybody flim-flam you. So you should know better. If it didn't work out this way, so you should know better. If it didn't work out this way, try meeting and mingling.
Yeah,
That's all. This
I
case is
find it's worked
dismissed.
better.
Parties
all.
are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy,
I'll state and I'll go to my deathbed saying that it's something I paid for, something I requested to save me.
Laurie and Eric Cunningham are suing 31-year-old Scott Curley for assaulting the Cunninghams' 14-year-old son, Stephen. Scott says the Cunningham sons were speeding through his neighborhood.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 425 on the calendar in the matter of Cunningham versus Curley. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have
All
seats,
right,
please.
there look like a lot of people here, so let me see, based upon these papers that I have, whether I can figure out the cast that I have before me. You must be Mr. and Mrs. Cunningham,
Yes.
and these are your 2 sons,
Yes.
Correct.
and they have a white blazer.
Chris does. Yes.
That's you. And you, sir, are Mr. Curley,
Yes, ma'am.
and you and your family,
Yes, ma'am.
live in a nice, quiet neighborhood, nice, quiet cul-de-sac in that neighborhood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you say that there is this white blazer that speeds into your cul-de-sac driving erratically?
Consecutively. I have a statement from...
Is that right so far?
Yes, ma'am.
You allege, I assume you weren't there.
Right.
Chris was there.
Yes.
Little brother was there.
Yes.
That this gentleman assaulted the younger of your children.
Yes.
You weren't there,
No.
correct?
Correct.
So why don't you exchange places with your children?
Thank you.
Who was doing the driving?
I was.
And when did this happen?
This summer sometime. I don't remember the date.
February.
It was February 23rd. Okay.
Well, that's close to the summer, February
Yeah.
23rd.
Hi.
Why don't you tell me what happened on this summer day in February?
Well, my friend had been sick for a while, and I was going down to see him. And we got there, and he wasn't there. So me and my brother were going back home down the road, and Mr. Curley over here came walking down his driveway pointing at my truck. So I came to a stop, and he started yelling at me, cussing at me, challenged me to fight. Told him I didn't want to fight him, you know, just leave me alone. He got in front of my truck, wouldn't let me leave, so I got out. We argued some more. He wanted to fight. I didn't want to fight. I told him to grow up. I put my hands up like this, walked back over to my truck, got in. He walked over to the passenger side, continued to challenge me, want to fight me, call me names, curse at me. I started to drive away, and as I pulled off, I heard a loud thud noise. And I looked to my right, and my brother was bent over holding his face, and I said, "Did he hit you?" And he said, "Yes." So I got out, I walked up to him, and I was angry at this point, and I yelled at him, and I said, "Did you hit my brother?" And he said, "Yes, I hit your effing little brother." And at this point, he pushed me, and then a neighbor intervened and grabbed me and took me back to my truck, and then I left.
Now you tell me what happened.
Just like my brother said, we were
Could you look over here, please?
Just like my brother said, we were driving to his friend's house. We realized he wasn't there, so we were driving back home, and we noticed that Curly was pointing at my brother's truck, and my brother stopped because he figured there was a problem with his truck or something. And Curly came up to the passenger window, cursing at my brother, saying that he was going to rip his head off. Then he came to the front of the truck, and my brother got out of the truck, and they were arguing some more. And my brother, like he said, just told him to grow up, and got back in the truck. And he came back to the passenger window, started cussing some more. I said nothing to him. I didn't even look at him. He just hit me, blindsided me. I didn't even expect it at all.
And you were injured.
How was I injured?
And you were injured.
Oh, yes, I was injured.
Tell me about your injury.
He hit me so hard that my head was snapped back, and I couldn't play basketball for a week. We had a tournament that week, and I could not play. I could not do PE for a week because of my neck injuries. I had a mark on my nose, and my cheek was swelled. I missed a day of school to get x-rays on my neck, and that's about it.
And I assume, Mrs. Cunningham, that in your folder you have the medical reports?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to turn them over to my bailiff, please. All right, Mr. Curley. Now I'm going to hear your version of these events, sir.
Okay. Pretty much everything he said was true up to the point where the confrontation started and he was saying grow up. We've had excessive speed up and down this street. Besides him, all of his friends, but he was the main one.
Don't tell me his friends.
Okay,
Just
he
tell
was
me
the
him.
main problem. He's got a boombox in his system. He was in his car, which is fine. But constantly, the windows are up, blasting music up and down, speeding up and down the streets. My son and all his friends ride up and down the street on their bikes and stuff. The reason I had gotten so tired of it is because he had come around the corner one time and almost hit my son and his friend out there on the street because he just excessive speed coming around the corner. It's a couple times. excuse me, several times. But because it's a misdemeanor, they said that the only way they could do anything is if it was happened in their presence. The only thing they could do...
Just a second. Would you tell him to take his hands out?
Yes, Judge. Remove your hands from your pockets, please.
Well, the day that this all happened, he came flying up the street just like usual. My dad and everybody had told him to slow down. So all it is, with the gestures toward the adults around there, is flipping him off as he drives by. And I have statements in here proving...
So tell me what you did. He came flying around the corner, and what happened?
I came outside, and I did. I stopped him. I stopped the vehicle. I told him, slow it down. I said, there's kids in here. I said, all it takes is just a little bit of not paying attention, and you kill one of these kids, and then you're going to seriously pay the consequences. I did say that. Now, whether that was taken as a threat or not, that's fine. But when it comes down to my child being in danger...
It's not a threat.
...then that's the way it's going to happen.
It's not a threat. So far, you were very reserved. What happened next?
We got into a verbal confrontation. He steps out of his car. He said a few expletives. Get back in the house, old man. Because I hadn't shaven in a while. I was all scraggly. I was relaxing. I didn't, it was a verbal confrontation.
Okay.
I didn't, verbally, I didn't pull any punches.
You were mad.
I was verbal on my own because I was tired of having to worry about my son going outside, having him stay up on the sidewalk or up in our driveway because of these kids flying up and down the street.
Now tell me about hitting the car, sir.
I struck the car. As he drove off, I hit the side of the car.
Which side of the car, sir?
The passenger side. I struck the passenger side as they drove off.
But according to you, while you struck the passenger side of the car, you didn't strike him.
No, I didn't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
That would make me impossible losing my license.
Well, so striking the car.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The only difference is with a gun, you can usually only kill one person if you make a mistake, right? With a car, you can plow down 4 of his friends.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Christopher Cunningham and his brother, 14-year-old Stephen, say Scott Curley assaulted Stephen. Scott says he wants them to stop speeding through his neighborhood.
Who else has witnessed this white Blazer driving up and down? Let's start with you.
Well,
Come on up here. Tell me your name.
Corey. Curly.
Corey, how old are you?
9.
Know what it means to tell the truth?
Don't lie.
Do you know why it's more important to tell the truth in court than anywhere else?
Yeah, because you can go to jail for lying.
I think you're a pretty smart kid. So why don't you tell me what happened with this white Blazer?
Well, Big Chris, when he was coming up and down the street, and when I got home, which my grandma let me go out and play with my friend Cody so we can play a little game of baseball with a little, like a McDonald's ball that they have at McDonald's. Well, we went out there and played some baseball, and then Big Chris came around the corner.
That's this young man here? It's Big Chris? Shh, shh. Big Chris is on the license plate of the car?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So Big Chris came around the corner.
Yeah. And when he came around the corner, I told Cody to watch out because he was hit. It was his turn to hit, not his pitching. And there were some other kids, and we didn't hear them say, watch out, and they were all, so we didn't know. But I said, Cody, watch out, and he just came around the corner.
Well, was he coming around the corner fast or slowly?
Well, he came around the corner fast, and he started to speed up a little bit.
How many times have you seen this car on your street?
I've seen it bunches of times.
You have a boyfriend or a girlfriend on that street?
It's one of my best friends. It's a guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you been asked to slow down before on that street?
I never was confronted by anybody.
You have not?
I have not ever been confronted by anybody. The first time I was confronted is when he hit my little brother.
So you're telling me, Big Chris, that there's nothing wrong with the way you drive down that street?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, then what are you saying? I'd like to hear how you drive down these people's street.
Yeah, I may have sped A little bit, yeah. I could have.
Uh-huh. And when you're speeding down this street, you're also blasting your boombox?
I don't know about blasting it, but I have my stereo on, yeah.
Loud?
Pretty loud.
Uh-huh.
Not anymore, though.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been driving?
A year.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever dock him from driving his car?
His driving, any problems whatsoever with his driving was never brought to my attention.
I know, okay.
So I had no way of knowing there was a problem on this street until my son was attacked that day.
Miss Cunningham, you can understand the frustration because you don't have to be a genius to figure out what's going on here. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out.
Right, I've driven down the street myself.
Okay. So you can understand why the people who live on that street have become frustrated with not only your son, but with other people. They have not been able to enjoy their property and let their children play out safely on their property because your 17-year-old son is acting like a moron. Right?
Well, I think he was acting like a normal 16-year-old driver. And I think the person who was not acting like a normal person was Mr. Curley. I have a police report with a witness statement.
You have a what?
A police report from the day of the incident.
Well, I'll see a police report, but I don't take witnesses' statements unless the witnesses are here.
The witness statement is in the police report.
And I'm not interested in it. I'm prepared to hear witnesses here. And Mr. Curley, I'm prepared to tell you that after I examine these hospital records, I probably am prepared to tell you, sir, that when you went to hit the truck, your hand probably slipped.
It hit the back of the truck, ma'am. That's what the High Patrol was told too. I would like to say that every person on our block, except for one family, signed this, stating the fact that he has been driving recklessly, dangerously around the children. This is every family
Just a
on the
second.
block.
Did you send it to the parents?
Yes, it was.
A month after the incident.
A month after.
1 month
So
after.
are you telling me, sir, that after this incident, that it continued?
Yes.
No.
Are you telling me that after this incident it continued?
Yes. I've got the statement right here.
No, I can't. I'm not going to see a statement. I'm going to listen to your son.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I think it was kind of unfair to be called an idiot just because I made a mistake, and I realized that, and I have calmed down a lot since that incident.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. The Cunninghams are suing Scott Curley for assaulting their 14-year-old son, Stephen.
After this incident, did you see Big Chris back on the block? Well, you don't remember. You can tell me I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay. I just want to take a look at the police report for the date, please. So would you get that from her?
I also have a criminal case docket record stating that he was arrested for this, spent 2 days in jail, he's on probation for 3 years,
No, ma'am.
ordered to stay away from my son.
Let me say it.
I served no time in jail.
Well, that's what this report
Curley,
says.
just want to read it.
Also, he mentioned that this happened when his son came home from school. It was a Sunday that it happened.
Sir, you pled guilty, is that correct, on this
Yes,
assault charge?
no contest, yes, ma'am.
No.
I didn't have time to go through the court.
Well, Mr. Curley, plea of no contest is plea of guilty. Your attorney, I'm sure, explained that to you. It's no different from if you were tried and found guilty by a jury. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And that was explained to you. Now, I do have a problem, however, Mrs. Cunningham, with something that you said to me. I don't think that you can excuse a 16 or 17-year-old who's driving recklessly by saying he's just behaving like a normal teenager. That's outrageous.
No,
That suggests to me, madam, that all of our little children out there who are playing peacefully in their homes and their streets, well, they have to watch out for these normal teenagers who are acting like fools behind the wheel of a big sport truck.
The instant I found out about the problem, we resolved that problem.
How did you resolve it?
I taught him in his driver's training when I drove with him that he should be doing nothing but rolling down a residential area, ready to brake.
Well, I'll tell you what I would
And
have
I-
done with him if he was my child.
I told him that he should not be blasting his stereo, turning it up loudly in any way that annoys our neighbors.
You're absolutely right. That's a good thing to tell him.
That's how I resolved
That's
the
a good
problem
thing to tell him.
when it was brought to my attention.
Let me tell you something. If he were my child, he wouldn't drive a car again till he was 18 years old.
The police were called and we
Now listen
spoke
to
with
me.
them.
I don't care whether the police were called. You know, what you're saying to me is, I told him that if he was going to have a gun, that he had to make sure that he kept it secure at all times, that he kept the safety lock on it at all times, because it could be very dangerous if it were not handled properly. And then you turn this gun over to a 16-year-old idiot. Right? That's what a car is. It's no different from a gun. The only difference is with a gun, you can usually only kill one person if you make a mistake, right? With a car, you can plow down 4 of his friends, right?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What were your out-of-pocket medical expenses?
$10.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mr. Curley,
Yes, ma'am.
pled guilty to this assault. This young man was injured. That's not something that you can do, sir. You were frustrated, you were angry, but you cannot, under any circumstances, behave in this kind of a fashion. That's, first of all, it's a very poor thing for your children to witness.
Oh, I totally agree.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay the price for that. Now, the Cunninghams are suing for about... How old are you, by the way?
14.
You don't drive, do you?
No.
See, the problem is, if you... because he wasn't doing anything.
I agree. That's why he didn't get hit.
Okay. He wasn't doing anything. He was a passenger. He may have been a foolish passenger, but he was a passenger. He's suing for $5,000. And I'm going to give you $2,500 plus $10 for your medical costs. You suffered injury because of 2 people. Because of Mr. Curley and because of your dumb brother. You got it?
Yes.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Paperwork, ma'am. Uh-huh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Back up to your right.
And on the next Judge Judy,
I think it was kind of unfair to be called an idiot just because I made a mistake and I realized that.
Step forward, please.
29-year-old student Wendy Hickman wants her ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old Mark Fraley, to pay her for using her credit cards to repair his Porsche and paying other bills while they were together.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 418 on the calendar in the matter of Hickman versus Fraley. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
You were together 4.5 years. You let him use your credit cards. You split up and you don't pay.
Correct.
What'd you give him your credit cards for?
Well, we dated for almost a little over 4.5 years, and he did not have a credit card. So on occasions when he needed
Why
to use a
didn't
credit
you have
card.
a credit card?
I didn't want a credit card. I didn't need one.
You had hers.
Didn't have hers. She had hers.
Did you use hers?
I didn't use hers without her being there. She was
I
there.
didn't mean that you used it without her knowledge and permission. Did you use her credit card?
We used her credit cards.
Did you ever use her credit card for things that were strictly for you?
Yes.
Like what?
Well, we some car repairs.
Okay, and that was for your car?
Right.
So you did need a credit card for your car repairs?
Well, at the situation, I didn't really need a credit card. I could have paid for it myself cash, but it was offered the use of the credit card to pay for my car repairs.
So, chivalry being dead, you accepted?
Well, that's a different type of, I wouldn't say that. I'd say that the money was supposed to be used towards a vacation that I was going to be going on with the plaintiff.
How much did you charge on her credit card for your car repair?
About $850.
Did you pay
That
for
would be
it?
actually incorrect.
Okay. How much did he pay?
How much did he pay?
For the car repairs.
Well,
How much did he charge on your credit card for the car repairs?
for the car repairs, about $1,400.
And how much of that did you pay?
I'd say I paid probably all of it.
Show me.
I can't show you. I can show you what I did pay, though. I can show you what I've paid over the years. Basically, the plaintiff had my checkbook. She wrote checks for me. She just said, okay, well, this is what we're paying, this is what I'm paying, and I just continued to pay.
Let me just see, sir, your checks for June.
There you go.
Okay. June.
And this is a statement. I paid $908. Your Honor, basically through our relationship, I paid for everything.
What are you showing me here?
Those are copies. I couldn't get canceled checks in time. The bank sent me the wrong statements. So I'm showing you a bank statement, and as well as a copy of my check ledger, which shows that I paid $908.
I'm not interested in your check ledger, sir. Okay. Now, what about Visa? Let me see the charges on Visa for his car.
They're right here. And I have payments. I mean, he was accredited, this is from October of 95 until July of 96. And there's, in the red, those are his payments. So I gave him full credit for everything that he did or paid. I just want what he owes me plus the interest. It's accrued since. I agree that it's pretty lame that he charges
pretty
on the
lame.
credit card.
Very lame. Very lame. And
It wasn't a
nobody's
matter of me charging on her card. It's like, I want this, I'm charging on the credit card, and you're paying for it.
Okay. You owe her some money for the car repairs, sir.
But these other charges, I mean, are his that he made.
Your Honor,
that
did she...
I would not have said that, yes, go ahead and use my credit
Your
card
Honor,
and I'll pay for this.
On the American Express bill that she breaks down for June, does she break down what would be my charges and her charges?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why wouldn't she want to do that throughout our relationship on the American Express bill that I paid?
Why?
We always do.
Just a second. Why?
Yeah.
She did.
No.
But maybe she did it in this month because, you know, you don't break up overnight, sir. Things start going bad in the months before that.
A couple years before that.
Right? Well, then you stayed in the relationship longer than you should have.
So.
You know, people have to be smart, both men and women. You don't commingle these assets and expect somebody else, courts, to waste their time going through a 5-year relationship, separating who bought Kleenex and who bought toilet paper and whether it was his toilet paper or your Kleenex. That's just not going to happen, madam. You look like an intelligent young woman. You don't let somebody else use your credit card. You
I
know,
took his word. I thought
dating
he would
for
pay.
4.5 years isn't being married.
I realize that.
Why after 4.5 years weren't you married? Huh?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, Mr. Fraley,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. You broke up in June.
In July.
In July of 1996, correct?
Yes.
What I would like you to do is, assuming that this was valid evidence, which it is not, but assuming it was, I just want you to take out the sheet of payments that you made on the Visa and MasterCard on or after July of 1996.
None.
All right. So that what you're expecting me to believe, sir,
Said everything was paid prior.
is that you were all up to date on the Visa and all up to date on the MasterCard, if that's what you want me to believe.
That's what I want you to believe.
No way. No way.
Your Honor, breakups are never good. I mean, through our 4-year relationship, I paid for, and I think the plaintiff will agree that I basically financially took care of her when we went out.
I would disagree.
Well, she can disagree if she'd like, but since I was making more money than her, I took more of the financial burden, and that was understood.
Except, sir, that when you broke up, there was an $8,000 bill due on Visa.
Okay.
That was a debt. That was a debt that...
Wasn't my $8,000.
Well, but a good portion, at least a portion of it, sir, was yours. A portion of it here has your car repairs, which were extensive, and you were making minimum payments due on the account. So then you break up and you decide, well, I don't have to make minimum payments anymore on the account. I'm not going to make another payment on the account, which is exactly what you did, because there is nothing in your ledger to suggest that after you kissed each other goodbye, you made one additional payment, which is really sort of outrageous.
I never knew how much money I paid all along now.
Well, that's your problem.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I do believe him when he says that he paid for certain things in cash. Otherwise, you would have been a jerk to stay with him since he was earning 4 times as much as you were, right?
Yes.
Good.
And later today,
You don't, sir, ask her boyfriend to step up to the mic so that you can do fisticuffs with him. It's like Dumb and Dumber.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Wendy Hickman wants her ex-boyfriend, Mark Fraley, to pay her back for the use of her credit while they were together.
She's suing you for half of this $8,000, and I don't even know if half of it is yours. But I certainly think that your car repairs are yours. There are a lot of other charges here that are substantial, big ones. You know, did you go to Houma Lodge and Houma, California together?
Yeah, we did.
You went together and you charged that on the credit card, $232, right?
She charged it. I paid it.
You paid.
Okay, she would charge something. I'd bring cash, and I'd pay cash.
Who would you pay cash to?
I'd pay cash for everything else. It wasn't a matter of, okay, let's throw everything on the credit card. I wasn't walking around penniless.
Oh, just a second. I understand. You went to this lodge, and how long were you at the lodge?
Two nights.
Yeah, 2 nights.
2 nights. But truth is, I see what you mean. The lodge is paid for on here, but you also had to eat. You tip people. I assume you didn't go skiing or
I
whatever.
have my own money. It's not like I went penniless.
No, but he was with you, so I assume he paid.
No, not necessarily.
You know something? Truth of the matter is, I don't necessarily believe you either. I think that you put some things on your credit card, some things that are clearly his bills. But according to this, you did go on vacation, certain things you put on the credit card. But if you look down the same dates, there are no dates there, like for restaurants, going out to eat, so that he probably paid some of the meals in cash, and you put some of the stuff on your credit card. And whether that balanced itself out 50-50 is anybody's guess. You still had an $8,000 nut. Nobody is going to figure this out. Certainly, I am not going to award you $4,000. Because I do believe him when he says that he paid for certain things in cash. Otherwise, you would have been a jerk to stay with him since he was earning 4 times as much as you were. Right?
Yes.
Good. So I don't think you look like a jerk. So I'm awarding you $2,000. Consider yourself lucky. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Unbelievable. So I was helping him out. He didn't have the money. He didn't have the credit to get a credit card. So I allowed him to use it.
I was making 4 times as much, so how come I didn't have the money?
I don't know. Good question. You just don't say on good faith that I'm going to pay you back and you don't do it. That's just wrong.
Oh, but it's okay to take and take and take, and then that's all right.
You have a twisted view of our relationship.
And now the next case.
All parties on Welton versus Lunaria Restaurant. Step forward, please.
Harmonica virtuoso Danny Welton is suing restaurant owner Bernard Jacopi for not paying for his performance. Bernard claims the harmonica player's rude behavior caused customers to leave.
Mr. Welton,
Yes, ma'am.
you play the harmonica.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You do that for a living?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
According to your complaint, you had a contract with the defendant to play at his restaurant.
We had a verbal agreement because
Am I speaking? You had a contract with the defendant to play at his restaurant.
Yes, ma'am.
You played there.
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't pay you.
That's right.
That's what this case is about.
That's right.
He's got a defense, and he says, you didn't play and you cost him money. So, your agreement was an oral one. How much were you supposed to be paid?
Initially, my band was supposed to get $350 for the band. I was supposed to get 85% of all covers. And also, I was supposed to be reimbursed for an ad I took out in the Hollywood Reporter. I got and also, something very important and very dear to me, he was supposed to feed my band, and he gave them nothing. Nothing.
No, that's not true. Even according to you, he gave him something. According to you, he gave him stale pizza.
Yeah, well, stale pizza. That was nothing.
They ate it.
They spit it, well, actually, they spit it out.
Mr. Welton, let me explain something to you, sir. We are not going to, in this proceeding, play with each other.
Yes, ma'am.
This was for a one-night performance?
A one-night engagement.
And how many shows were you supposed to do in that one night?
2.
And did you do the first one?
Yes, ma'am, and it was packed.
Packed. And then there was a problem, according to you, sir, with the second performance. So why don't you tell me about it?
There was a drunken lady in the audience who started to heckle me.
What did she say?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Judge. I do not recall exactly. If I were to say exactly, I would be wrong.
Okay, so you started shouting things.
That's right.
How long have you been a performer, sir?
All my life. Since
So
I'm 3 years old.
I assume you've had people do this sort of thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
And
what
I
did
know
you
how
do?
to handle them.
So what'd you do?
I start throwing lines back at her to keep her quiet, hoping that would squelch the problem. And her boyfriend got mad at me and threatened to charge the microphone. And I said, come on. You know, he was going to come up there. I was, you know, I wasn't going to back off. I've never taken a half a step backwards in my entire life.
So what happened?
Bernard closed the show at that point.
Bernard, you closed the show down when that's was happening.
We were forced to.
You closed down the show. Is that right? Very smart. Exactly the right thing to do. So what happened next?
Well, actually, there weren't that many people there because it's kind of an early type supper club. You get your big crowd the first show, and sometimes I noticed that there's never even a second show. The first 2 times I played there, there wasn't even a second show.
Oh, you played there before?
Twice before.
Did he pay you?
Yes, the first time everything went well. The second time, he broke his agreement with me. He did not pay me the cover charges.
But you went back for a third time.
Well, I gave him another chance. You know, I'm kind of a sucker that way.
A sucker who never backs down.
That's right. Kind of an all-day, not back down sucker.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Welton marched around the bar screaming profanity that he was not going on until he was introduced because he's a very big star and he doesn't do things this way.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Harmonica virtuoso Danny Welton is suing restaurant owner Bernard Jacopi for not paying for his performance.
You didn't pay him, correct?
Correct.
You didn't pay him anything.
Not even a biscuit.
No, he gave you stale pizza, Mr. Welton. Mr. Jacobi, tell me why you didn't pay him at all.
The agreement was for 3 shows, like every entertainer. He only did once. We had to reimburse the people that were there, and we had to turn away.
You mean reimburse the people for the second show?
For the second show.
For the cover charge?
That's correct. And we had to turn away all the people that were coming for the second and third show. We had to close the bar. We lost bar revenue, and we lost show revenue. In addition to that, his manager that is present had a tab for $80. Here it is, and he signed it saying he was going to pay it the following day, and never did come and pay it.
Well, that's not his problem. He is not his manager's keeper.
Well, he was representing Mr. Weldon. And in leaving the property, we have witness here. He assaulted our maitre d'. We have the copy of the security and the police report here. And it doesn't
Who's the maitre d'?
I am.
Step up, sir. What is your name?
Gerard Buck.
You have a complaint filed against this gentleman for assault?
I did file a complaint, yes.
How did he assault you?
On the way out, he elbowed me very hard and kicked me.
That is not true.
We called security, made a report, and then filed a complaint with the police. Made a report with the police department.
Were you escorting him off forcefully?
No, you can't go near him. I mean, he's out of control.
If I may, Your Honor?
You are the manager?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
You drink a lot.
Pardon?
You drink a lot.
No, that wasn't just for me. That was for other people in the audience.
Well, but you were buying.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why didn't you pay the bill?
Because he said he's not going to pay us. And I said, you can deduct it from what you owe us.
Oh, was that what you said?
That's exactly what I said to him.
Oh, so you told him to deduct
the $80 from the amount of money he
from
owed
the
us.
$300.
Well, there were 28, Your Honor, if I may explain.
Sure.
It's a small showroom with a large bar off to the right-hand side of the performers in a large restaurant that opens up during the performances.
Your Honor.
Just a second. What is your last name?
Edel, Your Honor. E-D-E-L-L.
Mr. Riedel, were you there when this incident occurred with this lady heckler?
Absolutely.
Well, didn't you tell Mr. Welton that he behaved totally inappropriately?
No, I don't believe he did behave
Sure he
inappropriately.
did.
This man threatened him bodily.
No, he didn't threaten him until he started.
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Riedel, just pay attention to me,
Surely.
sir. He's not a comedian.
Yes, I am.
He's a You are?
He's also a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian, Your Honor.
listen to me.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
When you're performing, you're in somebody else's house. You, sir, are in his house.
Yes, ma'am.
He has invited guests into his house.
A couple of drunken ones.
That's possible. You weren't playing, sir, in a church. You were playing in a bar restaurant. And somebody was behaving badly.
Excuse me.
Don't say excuse me. I don't excuse you. Pay attention. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. You just have to use a little common sense. If somebody is drunk in the audience, then what you do is you try not to have that escalate into a dangerous situation. Dangerous either for you, for the other patrons, for members of the band. And if a situation appears to be escalating, then you use good judgment, not that male macho testosterone that I've heard about so much lately. You walk off the stage and you approach the owner or the manager and you say, there's this lady out there heckling me. I just taken a quick break. See what you can do about this lady because I can't continue to perform. You don't, sir, ask her boyfriend to step up to the mic so that you can do fisticuffs with him.
No, he invited himself up to the mic.
I know you said, come on up here.
Well,
You know, it's like Dumb and Dumber.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're supposed to be in charge. You're
Sober
supposed
as a
to
judge.
exercise good judgment. And good judgment is not closing down the show because you invite somebody to come up to the stage, somebody who is probably drunk because he's with a drunken lady, according to you.
well, he charged the stage, so I said, come on, you know.
You know, Mr. Welton, you keep changing your story. I want to tell you something. You told me your story. You said, I don't back away from anything. He says, I'm going to come up there, and you said, come on. Dum-dum. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Hey, out the back door. Step forward, please.
22-year-old Sharon Mall Scott claims her husband's cousins, 16-year-old Tiara Walker and 14-year-old Tanisha Walker, stole her boots and jewelry. Tanisha Walker is countersuing for not paying her for babysitting.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 431 on the calendar in the matter of Scott versus Walker. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Well, you folks are cousins, but clearly don't like each other. Is that a fair statement?
No, I never said I didn't like them.
That's a fair statement, Your Honor.
I never said I didn't like them.
Well,
I just have a disagreement.
cousins usually don't resolve their disagreement in court. Mr. Scott, are you part of this lawsuit, sir?
I believe so.
None of this property that was taken is yours. Is that right?
No, the boots and the earrings are not mine.
Sit down.
But I helped contribute.
Sit down. Miss Scott, you allege, I assume that this young lady stole certain things from you.
Yes, she did.
What do you say she stole from you?
She stole my figure 8 earrings that I had purchased in November. They were diamond cut figure 8 earrings. And she stole my Timberland boots.
Okay. And you claim, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Your name is?
Tiara Walker.
Tiara?
Yes.
And you say, well, I have the earrings, right?
No, I don't have the earrings.
Who has the earrings?
My little sister, Tanisha Walker.
Where is she? That Tanisha has the earrings,
Yes.
and she'll give them back when she pays $450 for babysitting, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the boots are concerned, you have her boots?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And the reason I took her boots is because she borrowed my sneakers and didn't return them.
Yes. My mother and my sister had to go up there and get them.
But you still have the boots?
Yes, I do.
So why don't you tell me how this family tragedy began?
Well, it all started in November when me and my husband and my 2 children went over Tracy's house for a couple of weeks to stay until my house came through.
When I went over there, I took my jewelry off and I set it on the entertainment system. 2 days later, when I went to put my earrings back on, they were gone. I asked everyone in the house, did they know where my earrings was at? Everyone said no, including my husband. I called Tracy while she was at work, and she said she didn't know anything about them. I was hoping maybe she put them on to go to work in or something. So that was the end of my earrings. I moved out on December 2nd. I got my house. Maybe 2 weeks later, I moved away, and about a week later, Tracy called me saying Tiara ran away again. Tiara's a runaway. She ran away again, and did I see her, or, you know, did I know where she would be at or anything like that? And I told her no. And as the conversation grew on, she said, and she ran away in your Timberlands, my boots. And I was like, my boots? So, you know, I said, well, you're going to have to get me another pair. She said, no, she's going to have to get you another pair. Tiara is 16 years old. She's a minor.
No, I'm sorry.
Tiara is 16 years old. She's a minor. I don't expect anything to come from her. I expect it to come from her parents. Her husband, Tyrone Walker, said the same thing to me. He told me he would make sure that, you know, I would get my belongings back.
Okay. So it's those two things. It's your boots and your earrings.
Yes.
Step up here. How did you come in possession of her earrings?
Okay. Well, she left them, so I picked them up.
She left them where?
At my house. So I picked them up, and I said, well, Sharon, you know, kept telling me that she was going to pay me for babysitting her baby for her. Okay, I babysat, and I babysat. She never gave me no money for babysitting except for 2 times. So I just said I'll take her earrings just in place, you know, just in place of the money. But I said I will return them when she gave me my money.
That's a lie.
Just a second. Who did you say that to? To you? To yourself?
I told my mom, and I told her boyfriend.
You picked up the earrings. What did you do with them when you picked them up?
Nothing. I put them up.
Put them up where?
On top of the refrigerator.
What'd you put them up on top of the refrigerator for?
Because she wasn't getting them back.
She wasn't getting them back?
Yes.
So you stole her earrings?
No, I did not steal them.
Oh, I'm telling you that you did. I'm telling you that you stole her earrings. If she owed you for babysitting, you have the perfect right to say, you didn't pay me the last time for babysitting, and I'm not going to babysit for you again until you pay me. You don't wait until, according to you, she owes you $450 for babysitting.
Said $330. I didn't say $450.
Well, I have a countersuit here for $450.
Well, they must have.
And that's made up nonsense and say, well, that's the reason that I took the earrings.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yeah.
Sharon had told my daughter on several occasions that she would pay her money for watching her daughter. Okay, Tanisha agreed to it. Sharon knows that my daughter...
No, don't talk to each other.
Twice. She paid my daughter 2 times out of maybe... It was several times my daughter had
Just a
watched
second.
her daughter.
Listen to me. How many is several?
She had written it down. Okay, a total that she has gotten down so far was 9.
Okay.
2 different occasions Sharon paid her for watching her. The rest she did not. Only because my daughter being Tanisha, you know, nice and whatnot, she watched her child. She watched her child
Is
when
your
her
last
child
name,
was...
is your last name Walker?
Yes, my last name is Walker.
And this is your daughter?
Yes. And she
Are you telling me, madam, that you are condoning, as a parent who's trying to set an example for their children, your daughter taking property that didn't belong to her, hiding it in your house by putting it on top of the refrigerator?
No, I did not.
Fine. Good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't want to hear from you. You're a liar. You are a liar. Liar. You're a liar. And your mother is encouraging you.
And later today...
You mean the child was removed from your custody? The child was removed
She was not removed. She abandoned him. She asked her brother to watch our son, and she left him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Mall Scott is suing Tiara and Tanisha Walker for stealing her boots and jewelry.
Let us say that I believe everything that you said so far, that your daughter babysat for her 9 times and was paid twice. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. And how much were you paid on the 2 times that you babysat?
Well, she only paid me $20.
$20 one time.
That was for one day.
Yes.
She paid me $10 the other time.
At the time that she paid you the $20, how long did you babysit for her?
Well, Marvin brought the baby over about 10, and she came pick him up like around 7.
10 in the morning, and she came and picked baby up at 7 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And you babysat for $20 for that period of time.
Yes.
Now, the next time you said she gave you $10.
Mm-hmm.
So how many hours did you babysit at that time?
Well, that time, I said she paid me about $10 for 3 hours because I told her I would watch the baby while she go out and dance.
So let's say it's about $3 an hour. Now, the other 7 times that you say you babysat for her, tell me about them.
Okay, I babysit the baby 3 times. That was for a 1 week period.
What do you mean a 1 week period?
Okay, I babysit her for 1 week. 1 week.
What's a week? You mean for 7 days you baby?
7 days.
7 days?
Yes. I babysit her baby.
From what time to what time?
They brought the baby over on Friday. Came back the next Sunday.
You mean for a whole week they left the baby with who?
Yes, they did. Me.
With who?
Me.
Tell me about that.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
No, it's not.
My daughter right now is only 7 months. She hasn't babysat my daughter since, I say about 3-4 months now.
Did you ever leave the baby?
No, I did not.
You didn't let me finish the question. How could you answer the question if you didn't let me
Well,
finish?
I'm just saying, I did not. I never left my baby with the minor for a week.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Never.
Did you ever leave the baby with her for a week?
No, never.
Did you ever leave the baby for a couple of days?
No, never. I will always, if she watched my daughter, it would be a couple hours, time period of a couple hours, and I would go pick her up or my husband would go pick her up.
Let me explain something to you. Tanisha?
Yes.
Your counter suit is for $450 for babysitting. That's what you filed.
I filed
According to you,
$330.
let's make it $330 then. So that's even less. According to you, at $3 an hour, which is what you would say you were paid the last time, you would have had to have babysat for her 110 hours. No way. Now listen to me, Miss Walker. I would suggest that you try to tell your daughters that if they have a dispute with someone, they do not resolve that dispute by self-help, which is what your daughter did. Your daughter took property, she stole it. She stole it, it didn't belong to her. She had no right to take it. Absolutely no right to take it. If she had a dispute with regard to babysitting, she always has a legal recourse.
I understand what you're saying.
Good.
And that's what I told my daughter. But she felt strongly about what she did and the reason for her doing that.
Did you explain to her strongly as her mother that that still wasn't appropriate?
And it wasn't appropriate of her not to pay my daughter either.
Just a second. Miss Walker?
Yes.
You got a problem, madam. Your problem is if your daughter believes strongly in the virtue of her position, you have to explain to her as her mother that whether she believes strongly in it or not, she's wrong. You don't take property that doesn't belong to you because she may have a dispute with your daughter. Put your hand down. I'm not finished with you yet because we're going to get back to the boots.
Your Honor. Also, Tanisha had 2 rings that belonged to me.
Just a second.
2 rings, a pair of earrings in my boots.
And what about, well, you're absolutely right. You have 2 rings?
Yes.
Who has rings?
I have them.
You have the rings too?
Well, she let me hold them.
And she never returned them.
Well,
because what you did to my sneakers. That's why I didn't return them.
You also have her rings because of something she did to your sneakers?
Well, she let me hold them. She never asked me back. She never asked me.
Where are they?
I don't know. They lost.
Now, the rings I was willing to pay for.
Hey! What do you mean they're lost?
They're lost. I don't know where they at. I didn't wear them personally.
Now you. Why did you take her boots?
I didn't take her boots.
You were wearing her boots. It says here that you were wearing her
She
boots.
left them over my house, Your Honor. So I wore them when I left. But she never did ask me for them back. You never asked me for them back.
Just a second. Did you get back a pair of sneakers?
I had to go get
throw them
them.
in the
Just a
trash.
minute. Did you get them
Yes,
back?
I did.
Did you return the rings?
The
yes or
rings
no?
Tanisha lost. I was going
Just
to
a
give
second.
her.
I
No,
want you
I
to answer
didn't.
my question. Did you return the rings?
No, I didn't.
Did you return the boots?
No.
Did you return the earrings?
No.
Good. How much did you pay for the earrings, the rings, and the boots?
The earrings was $350. My 2 rings was $100 altogether, and my boots was $129.
Okay. You have receipts?
Yes, I do.
I don't want to hear from you. You're a liar. You are a liar. Among other things, you're lying when you said to me that you lost the rings.
Well, I didn't lose the rings.
Liar. You're a liar.
I didn't.
And your mother is encouraging you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Their mother is right now sowing the seeds of disaster with these 2 girls.
And later today,
What about the women who abuse guys financially, emotionally, every way they can, you know? And this snake right here has done that to me.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Mall Scott is suing Tiara and Tanisha Walker for stealing her boots and jewelry.
So your entire suit is for $579, is that correct? You don't straighten your girl. I'm just telling you this. You don't straighten your girls out fast. You're going to find yourself standing in court with them a lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
Mind your business.
Hey.
See?
Shh. Don't start up with them. Her mother, their mother, is right now sowing the seeds of disaster with these two girls. She's already getting payback time, big time, with this one who ran away.
7 times.
This one isn't far behind. Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $579. Your counterclaim is dismissed because I don't believe a word you say.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You better not go home.
Out the red.
And now the next case.
Parties on Malden versus Branch. Step forward, please.
37-year-old heavy equipment operator Ray Malden is suing his estranged wife, grocery clerk Catherine Branch, for stealing money orders. Catherine is countersuing Ray for taking all of their possessions.
This is not a very difficult case. I just have a few questions. Are you two people still married to each other?
Yes, we are. I filed papers for a divorce, and it's in default right now.
We both filed paper for divorce, and we're both we're legally separated.
When did you separate?
First time or second time?
Second time.
Probably in October of '94.
Miss Branch, stop playing with your papers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When did you separate for the last time?
For the last time, it was in 1997, I believe. It was in January of '97. I filed papers for legal
I didn't ask
separation.
you when you filed. When did you last live together?
I have the date in my papers. It was
don't
in
remember the
January.
year?
It was in January of '97, I believe.
He says 94. Did you live with him, according to you, in 97?
No.
Did you live with him?
Yes, I did.
Where?
No, I didn't. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. It was in '95. I apologize.
94, 95. All right. So now we
It's
understand.
in my papers.
You don't have to look. Shouldn't have to look in your papers to know when the last time you lived with your husband was. In what year? 94, 95, 97. That's a wide spread. Okay. So you've been separated for several years. Correct?
Several years. Yeah.
He says that when he was giving you a lift somewhere, he had just purchased 2 money orders, the amount of $350 apiece?
370, ma'am.
$370, and that you stole them from his car.
Yes, I did. I took the money orders.
Well, you had no right to do that.
No, I didn't.
So then you have to give him back the money. Good. And this is a very easy case.
I have a reason why I took the money orders, ma'am, Your Honor.
There's no reason for taking money. I mean, I read this, and it's you said he left you alone with a baby, and he didn't provide support, and he didn't do all these things. He didn't do all. That's what courts are for. That's why you take him to court. You take him to court for child support. You make sure that he pays it because that's the child's right to be supported.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you don't resort to self-help.
Yeah.
That's stealing.
And
How many children do you have?
I have 2 beautiful boys by him.
Okay. You pay child support, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
How much do you pay? You should know that as quickly as you know the date that you separated.
$196.85 a week. That's for 1 child. I just was ordered my first child back into the home. The guardianship that was over my child has been terminated. It was terminated yesterday.
What do you mean the guardianship?
There was, because our marriage was so bad, ma'am, there was a guardianship placed over my first child.
You mean the child was removed from your custody?
The child was removed
He was not removed. She abandoned him.
Just a second.
She abandoned him.
whatever it was, the child was removed from your custody.
Yeah.
And the child by the state.
Yeah.
No,
By the courts.
not by the courts. She abandoned him. She asked her brother to watch our son, and she left him. And I could not get custody of him because of some technology, whoever it was, some things I couldn't do. Anyway, we went to court yesterday, and she did get custody of him. But there has not been any order made yet. And I am paying child support for my second son.
According to you, he's paid.
He's paying for alimony and for the child support for our second son. And on
Well, the first son wasn't with you. The first son was in placement.
No, I've been battling for my first son for the
I don't
last
care whether
5
you've been
years.
battling, you didn't have that child in your custody.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's been paying alimony and he's been paying support for the second child.
Yes, he has.
Fine, you had absolutely no right to take this $370 in checks, and that's what it totaled, correct, sir?
370, yes, ma'am.
$370.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I know her past life, her life now. And like I see, she ain't changed nothing. Ain't nothing changed about her except this fake facade she has everyone to believe.
Now, you're countersuing for $2,500 for some items that were purchased during the marriage that he now has. What is that nonsense?
That's all the items like the washers and dryers, the
That'll be handled.
couch.
Listen to me. That'll all be handled in your judgment of divorce.
That's what I thought.
That's what
And that's what I thought, that the $370 would be handled in that area.
No,
also.
that you stole. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $370. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next judge...
And one to an employer. Do you have copies of those letters?
I certainly do.
May I see them, please? Did you write this letter?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And who did you circulate it to?
Only to the tenants in the park and the people that CC'd on there. No employers. That's not true.
Well, there are a lot of things in this letter. It's sort of a rambling letter. But there are several things in here that I want to address specifically. Show me proof of arrests for driving while under the influence of alcohol.
I can't show you proof of that. It's something that she...
No, did she? There's just a second. Did you
About
have
that?
any written proof that she or her husband have
I
arrests?
didn't say her husband. I said she
She
specifically.
has arrests for driving under the influence.
No, this was something that she told me
She
specifically.
has arrests for driving under the influence.
No, this was something that she told me. If it's a lie, she told it.
Did you ever tell her that you were arrested for
Yes,
driving?
sir, I did.
Why did you tell her that?
Okay, because...
Was it true?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
But that's my business.
Just a second. Loss of custody of her child. Welfare fraud.
Again?
Welfare fraud.
Again, something she admitted to.
That's not true.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is something she admitted to. I have witnesses to that, too, Your Honor.
Yeah, oh, no, I never committed fraud.
Just a second.
Oh, no.
Eviction after eviction the last several years.
Okay, can I tell you why some of these things I know? Over the past few years, I worked legal at some time, and they were thinking about having me do a bankruptcy for them, okay? And this is all the information that came out during that time when they were trying to tell me about their bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ms. Woolfolk, I have a couple of questions. I mean, there are a lot of things in this letter that suggest that you people don't get along as neighbors.
Don't at all. You're right.
And that you intend to pursue this matter legally, and that, according to the letter, you are trying to get a restraining order against the plaintiffs. Just pay attention. You are trying to get a restraining order against them to stay away from you and your property.
Exactly.
And I assume that the thrust of this letter, you say, which brings me to the focal point of this letter. that you are trying to get a restraining order and request the assistance of, I assume, all the people that you sent this letter to.
Mm-hmm.
Should you see either one of these two people
Yes.
in or near my property, please call 911.
That's correct.
Right?
Continued harassment.
Just a second.
Intimidation.
So my question to you is, what do the following things have to do with you? DUI arrests, loss of custody of her child, welfare fraud, eviction.
What did they have to do with me personally?
Yes.
Or the sale. Shut. Okay. They had nothing to do with me.
Good. So
Okay.
what do they have to do with the focal point of this letter?
The focal point of the letter was to say these people are intimidating me, these people
Well, you've
are
said no.
harassing me.
You've said that.
That these people are accusing me of calling a social worker. Did you read that part?
No.
They're accusing me of turning them into welfare fraud.
No, listen to me. I'm not addressing that.
Okay.
I'm looking at this letter, and you say that they have done and said a lot of very hurtful things, hurtful and harassing things
Yes,
to you.
that's true.
None of which is germane to any of these acts that you attribute to them. The DUI arrests, the loss of custody, welfare fraud, anything else. That doesn't have anything to do with what you're complaining about. So you gratuitously put that in this letter.
No, that's
Sure, I understand what you're saying. I think you're full of baloney.
Yeah.
I think that you put this in the letter just to embarrass them. Sure, I understand what you're saying. I think you're full of baloney.
Yeah.
I think that you put this in the letter just to embarrass them.
Well, she needs to be embarrassed.
No, just to...
You know, I wanted to keep her from intimidating me anymore.
No, okay.
I wanted to stop her from
Okay.
harassing me. She
Okay.
stayed in the house 3 weeks, and that
Okay.
was fine
Now,
with
just
me.
a second.
She should have been embarrassed.
Hey.
I was.
Hey.
Humiliated, embarrassed.
Hey, just a second. You want to say something? You're dying to say something.
Yes, I am.
Well, stand up.
That's not true, Your Honor.
What's not true?
This woman is harassing her.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, well.
Just a second. I'm talking about this letter. That's what I'm talking about. That's the first thing I'm addressing.
I
I'm going to
understand.
address everybody's
I
complaint.
understand
I'm addressing this letter. And I absolutely understand that if any of this is true, it's conduct that should not be tolerated. If any of this harassment is true, it should not be tolerated.
Right.
What I'm addressing is the gratuitous,
She said I shouldn't have said that.
gratuitous statements in here about them that had absolutely nothing to do with the problem of harassment. You got it? Do you
I understand that. I understand.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wrote the letter in November. This recording was made January the 15th.
I've read the you wrote. Carol, watch your back.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jeff and Lori Haskett are suing Carol Wolfo for defaming them to their neighbors. Carol claims the Hasketts make discriminating remarks against her.
But you have a counterclaim.
Yes, I do.
You have typewriter estimate, $150.
Correct. That's the typewriter that
That's
they've
the
had since November the 7th.
How did they get the typewriter, Miss Wolfo?
They came over. She came over first and asked me to loan it to her. I have two.
I didn't.
Shut up.
Lie. I'm sorry. Okay, I told her no. So, of course, he comes. Jeff, I never have a problem with. Never have. It's her. Jeff asked. I said, Jeff, how long you want to use it? A week? Fine. Time went by. Jeff, you going to bring it back? Yeah, I'll bring it back. Didn't show up. Didn't show up. When is he going to bring the typewriter back? When they feel like it. This was her. This is when she came to my house, knocked on my door, cussed me out, told me she was not giving me the typewriter back. I was all these slanderous things. She scratched my car with her keys and then ran home with her daughter.
Okay, now let me stop you right there.
Okay?
Okay, let me stop you right there. I assume, Miss Wolfo, from what you say, there was a time when you had a reasonable relationship enough with these people so that you... Just listen.
Okay.
You had a reasonable enough relationship with them or with him.
With him, yeah.
To lend him your property, a piece of valuable property.
Exactly.
What happened?
How can I put this delicate? It's not him, okay? If it was him, I would have got the typewriter back. It's been gone since November 7th. This is January.
Okay, but is that what caused the problem, the typewriter?
Yeah, that was her. She wouldn't return it.
Just a second. Is that what caused the problem, the typewriter?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
She cussed me out over typewriter.
Okay. Now, would you please take the typewriter from that side and put it on that side?
No, you leave it over there. I don't want it back. I replaced it since November because it's something I used.
Let me see the receipt for the replacement.
I've had it since November. I use it to do like evictions and things like that.
Shh. Hey.
You don't know what I had.
Hey. This is an estimate of repairs.
Yeah, because I bought a used
Dated
one.
1/28/97.
I really got that today. Yes.
You got it today?
Yeah, I got it today.
Return the typewriter to her. Just a second. Let us move on. Let us move on. Loss of wages, $1,800. And you say you loss of wages for what, Ms.
Because they took me to court for this frivolous lawsuit.
Which frivolous lawsuit?
This one that we have here. This one here where it all started over typewriter where they could have returned it, you know, and the thing would have been gone away. This walking down the driveway calling me all these MF, you know, I don't have to take that.
Who's they? Who's
you know,
they?
her, not they.
Not
her.
her.
Her specifically.
Okay.
Her specifically.
Just tell me white trash. And then, wait a second. Miss Haskett, did you ever say those words?
No. No, I didn't. No.
Well, you were, just a second. You were going to say to me, no, I never said them in front of my daughter. That's what you were going to say, right?
Right.
Just a second.
White trash. That's what she called me, white trash. My kid heard it, too.
That's not...
All they do
I
is pick
wouldn't
on
do
my
that.
kid.
That's not my style.
Can't even play outside because of you guys. Because you go out and you call
Can
me
you
both
ask
names.
me, Miss Haskett, I want you to answer a question for me, madam. Why didn't you return the typewriter?
You owe us money.
No!
Not you. Because we paid her $20 to do a bankruptcy in January of the year before.
Just a second. Okay. You paid her $20 in January of... You paid her $20 in January of 1997 to do a bankruptcy for you. Slowly. And then what happened?
She never did it.
So, she never did the bankruptcy for you for $20. Hey,
I'm sorry.
I want you to be quiet.
I'm quiet.
So you borrowed her typewriter. You did.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm still waiting for you to tell me why you didn't return the typewriter.
Because she never finished the bankruptcy.
So you decided to keep her typewriter. And that's what all this trouble started over. Come. Because if this lady was supposed to do something for you and you paid her $20, come. Because if this lady was supposed to do something for you and you paid her $20 and she didn't do it, you had several choices. You could have either written it off, you could have written her a letter, and you could have said, I want my $20 back.
We did.
And if she didn't give it to you, you could have sued her. But what you chose to do is take her very expensive machine and keep it, according to your wife, sir, unless you're calling your wife a liar.
No, but
You're calling your wife a liar?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's what she says. She says she kept...
Sentence.
What?
I'd like to finish what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
This $150 typewriter of hers, she kept outside in the yard.
The rain.
It was an extra. It was rusty. It never...
What does that have to do with you? Whether she keeps it outside, whether she keeps it hanging from her... What does that have to do with you? Whether she keeps it outside, whether she keeps it hanging from her tree, whether she wants to wear it as a lorgnette around her neck. It's her typewriter. She can do whatever she wants with it. You went over and borrowed it.
Bingo.
Don't irritate.
I'm sorry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You cannot prove without a voice expert, and I'm certainly not
I'll
a
go out
voice
and bring my
expert.
phone bill and that'll prove it too.
Why look like I need help from you?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jeff and Lori Haskett say their neighbor, Carol Woolfolk, slandered them. Carol says they harassed her.
It was very, very wrong of you to write this letter. Because it's not right to divulge things that have been told you in some sort of a confidence. Whether
It wasn't a confidence.
Sure it was. You just
No, they
told...
knew.
No, listen to me.
Everybody knew.
Hey, I'm really smart.
Okay.
All right? You just told me 5 minutes ago, and my memory is totally intact, that you found out certain of this information when you were
eviction.
preparing their bankruptcy. So that was told to you in what we call a fiduciary relationship, which means you were preparing papers for them and you found out certain information.
Can I say something?
Nothing. You have to acknowledge that it was the wrong thing to do to put that thing in this letter.
When you're angry, maybe sometimes you do wrong things.
That's
Okay.
right. So you were angry.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what the officer told her to do. She called Gardena.
Yeah, he didn't tell me specifically to do that.
Of course you did. Why don't you just sit down?
But he did tell me to write the letter.
Hey, why don't you just sit down?
But he did tell me to write the letter to stop the intimidation and harassment.
Listen,
He suggested.
I said to you, there's nothing wrong with writing the
exactly.
letter. The problem was the other things that you put in the letter. That
Yeah,
you,
you know, you're angry. You're angry.
That's
You've been wrong.
absolutely-
You know,
criminal activity,
people.
like selling food stamps?
Hey,
She bought them.
listen.
You're a liar.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't come into court, sir, with clean hands. Neither you nor your wife. You know what that means? It means that you started this problem. She reacted to it, but you started it. And you started this because you did the wrong thing. Now, you say that you have received death threats.
Yep.
And you wanted me to hear, I assume, something on that tape recorder.
People up front. I've read the you wrote.
In a letter.
You are not going to get enough until we come through that brilliant Carol, watch your back.
Does that sound like my voice?
141.
We didn't do it. Prove it.
Let's tape my voice on there right now.
That's why
See
the
what
Holy
it
Bible, I
sounds
didn't do
like.
it. We are not that dumb. We took it to court.
I wrote the letter in November. This recording was made January the 15th.
Doesn't matter. Man.
Which means everyone in the park had a copy of that letter and had gone on, like about the typewriter. Actually, Your Honor, I forgot about it. They could have kept it. I had another one that I was using. Life goes on.
Miss Walthorpe, I am presented with a really serious problem in this case. Each of you is suing the other for $5,000. You cannot prove without a voice expert, because I'm certainly not
I'll
a
gladly
voice
bring my
expert.
phone bill and that'll prove it too.
You could have called for
Watch
more.
just a second. Do I look like I need help from you?
Sorry.
You cannot prove without a voice expert
That's true.
that this recording, as disgusting as it is, was
Yeah.
made by anybody standing on that side of the table.
I cannot prove that. You're
Right? So what I have here is a situation where these people started a problem. They started a problem by taking your property and not returning it. Clearly wrong. I absolutely believe, because she says it, that she called you vicious names, she says, in front of her daughter. So that makes it okay.
Oh,
Hey.
that's not true. I'm sorry.
Could you speak, please?
That
Just a
is
second.
not true.
Is that true, Kara?
That is not true.
Just a second.
That is not true.
You're not even listening.
I am.
What I don't,
That's not
what
true.
What's, you mean?
That is not true.
I told you to sit down.
Yeah, well, I'm just.
I told
that's
you
not
to
true.
sit down. Do you understand
That's
what I
not
said? Because
true.
this lady is not wrapped too tight
Yeah.
because she doesn't understand
Yeah,
what
I'm
I
not
said.
wrapped too tight.
You
That's
said-
not true.
Put her out.
Ma'am, step in. No, this way.
I don't care.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, Mr. and Mrs. Haskett, you want $5,000?
Yes, ma'am.
You get $5. That's what you're going to get. You started this problem, and that's what you're going to get, $5, which, madam, you are going to have to pay them. Do you understand? $5.
So I get harassed and I get...
Just a second.
Okay.
Just a second. Now, you have a counterclaim.
That's right.
And she has acknowledged that she called you names which are terrible.
Made life uncomfortable.
Made life uncomfortable.
Not as uncomfortable as you're making it for my daughter.
And you have a legitimate complaint against them. So I am awarding you on your counterclaim $5. Do you understand? You people had better stop torturing each other. You did the absolute wrong thing. She did the wrong thing by circulating those things in that letter against you. she did the wrong thing. She acknowledges she did the wrong thing.
Yeah,
She says she was angry. She was angry because of the way you were treating her. And you were treating her in a miserable way, considering the fact that you started all the trouble over this stupid machine.
Don't work.
See, it don't work.
We each have a judgment for $5 against the other. Thank you very much. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Yeah.
This is illegal to send a letter talk to somebody.
Can't wait to start that straight.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom of the press? If you can prove it.
Oh, that's your thing.
Yeah.
You always defraud people, say.
Don't you
You know,
remember-
you don't ever want your stuff out.
Prove it, honey. Prove it.
Don't you remember when I
DUI.
was in the...
Prove it.
Continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Over, please.
26-year-old prison guard Eric Birmingham is suing former inmate Judy Cameroni for libel and slander on the internet. Judy claims he mistreated her while in custody.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 428 on the calendar in the matter of Birmingham versus Cameroni. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
All right, the chronological posture of this case is as follows. You, sir, are employed in a jail.
Yes.
As a guard.
As a deputy, yes, ma'am.
And there came a time when you, Ms. Cameroni, were an inmate in that jail, having been convicted of some speeding violation. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You claim that while you were in the jail, you were subjected to maltreatment by the plaintiff.
Yes, that's correct.
You complained to your husband. Is that you?
Yes.
Who sent faxes to the warden.
That's correct.
And as a result of those faxes, you were further mistreated by the plaintiff. Then you served your time, you got out of jail, and you started to write on the internet about the plaintiff and about the things that you suffered from while you were in jail at his hands. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're suing her for slandering you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever sue him?
No, I did not.
You chose to take out whatever anger that you had by using the computer.
Well, I chose to tell my story through a website instead of suing civilly.
Okay. How long have you been employed as a deputy in the jail, sir?
3 years, ma'am.
And what were you doing in the jail? You were there for the speeding ticket. For how long were you actually incarcerated?
I was incarcerated for 3.5 months.
Why? That was a pretty long time for a speeding ticket.
Well, back in 1993, I had drove my Corvette at 145 miles an hour up the freeway.
Why would you do that?
You know, I realized it was wrong and I shouldn't have done it. You know, and it was a long time ago, and I know it was dangerous. But the treatment that he put me through...
No, I'm not getting to the treatment. So that's what you were there for.
Yes.
Now, tell me about the first time you had a contact with him.
That was June 6th of 1997. He was on night duty at the time, and he was assigned to the tower and the walkthroughs. And he would open and shut the door all night, a loud metal door, so I could not sleep. And then when the sergeant came through at 8 a.m. and asked me why I was still sleeping, I told him why I couldn't sleep because of the loud door opening and shutting. And the sergeant says, I'll take care of it, it won't happen again. And that took care of that situation. I started having problems again when I filed a habeas with the court, which was not welcome with many of the jail staff.
What kind of habeas?
I was being denied medication that my doctor had prescribed.
What kind of prescriptions were you supposed to be taking? Don't show me letters. Look at me. Stop playing with papers.
Okay. I was supposed to be taking pain medication and Luvox and...
what was that for?
It was for my depression. went through a court-ordered psychiatric review, and
So you're supposed to be taking medicine,
antidepressants,
psychiatric,
yeah.
with psychiatric problems.
Yes, and then for my insomnia, I was supposed to take something for that.
So you filed a habeas corpus proceeding because you said that they refused to give you that medication.
Right.
And were you ultimately given the medication?
After the habeas corpus proceedings, yes.
Well, what did that have to do with him?
Well, when I had come back from court to the jail, he was the one who removed the handcuffs and the shackles, and he was very rough in twisting my arms. And he was telling me, I hope it was worth it, when he was removing the handcuffs.
So when was the next time you had a problem with him?
Well, after that, I had constant problems with him.
Tell me about them.
And with another inmate. Well, there was a particular inmate in there who...
And now, are these things that you memorialized on your website, on the internet?
I didn't go into detail on my website.
Do you have what you complain about, sir, in writing?
Yes,
that she wrote on the internet?
Yes, ma'am. I have parts of it, yes.
Can I see it, please?
The second paragraph on the first page is the beginning of it.
This is an accounting of life in jail and the very unprofessional conduct of two deputies in particular, another deputy and yourself, okay, towards her.
Yes, ma'am.
So far this doesn't say anything. I want to see particularly what she says about you so I can address each of those things. Would you have him put a star next to the things that he's actually complaining about so that I could...
Ma'am, that's kind of hard to say.
No, I want to see, sir.
Well,
you are alleging that she either libeled and or slandered you.
Well, that's what I need to explain, ma'am. It's not just what she said. It's the context of my name is now associated with this website on the very first page of it, and it contains words rape, prejudice,
Show me
racism.
where that's alleged that you were any part of that, sir.
By reading it, ma'am, a normal person reading that will get my name twisted into that and see this.
Just a second. She doesn't allege anywhere in here that you raped her, correct?
No, ma'am.
She doesn't allege anywhere in here that you beat her, correct?
No, ma'am.
It says, gives a whole litany of her experiences in the jail, which may have included those things. But with regard to you, all it says is, the fact is that Deputy Birmingham acted in an unprofessional manner on numerous occasions while she was in custody. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you're complaining about.
Why is my name on the internet? This isn't anything to do with free speech. This isn't anything to do with her trying to raise funds to go to Supreme Court or anything like that. This is just her ill will to try to get revenge, and my name doesn't belong on the first page of her website.
Well, you were employed at the jail when she was there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember her when she was an inmate?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you remember about her.
I remember basically she'd complain about everything. She accused everybody of doing something wrong. She was just not your model inmate.
Mm-hmm. And how did you react to that, sir?
I didn't care. I was just doing my job, doing my 8 hours and going home.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And he'd say things to me like, I could make it worse for you here. She could snap your little ass right in half.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sheriff's Deputy Eric Birmingham says former inmate Judy Cameroni slandered him. Judy says he mistreated her in jail.
Mr. Birmingham, you've been employed according to you for 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
How many disciplinary proceedings have ever been filed against you?
None, ma'am.
Are you still employed there?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to tell me, madam, what are the things you are specifically complaining about that he did to you? Tell me.
Okay, there was another inmate there who was she was the lover of the jail cook's daughter. And she was in there for, oh, no.
The lover of the inmates.
The lover of the jail cook's daughter.
Go. Do this one more time.
She was the lover of the jail cook's daughter.
Okay.
Okay. And she was a very tough woman. She had been incarcerated for beating up 2 of their sheriffs. So she was very tough and very large. And she gave me a very difficult time there. Many times she would back me into the wall and threaten to beat me up, and guards would come running to stop her. Every time she would do something bad to me, and it came down to discipline, she was not disciplined. And Deputy Birmingham chose not to discipline her, and many of the times when we had conflicts where she instigated it, he would choose not to discipline her. And it just made matters worse, and I felt it was very unprofessional for him to do this.
What's next?
It's just caused her to be more bold.
What's next?
Well, my husband sent a fax to the sheriff, which he had intercepted, Mr. Birmingham intercepted. He came up to my cell, dumped out my coffee, which I had to purchase through commissary, and he said he was sick and tired of me. He had the fax in his hand, and he says, you better call your husband and tell him not to send any more faxes.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No, ma'am.
That doesn't sound familiar to you?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Birmingham, are you trying to tell me that a fax of complaint was never received by you, indicating that you failed to take steps to protect this then inmate?
No, ma'am.
You never saw that?
No, ma'am.